run here down the channel, in towards Dickov and Gota! And from despair to delight, the City fans celebrate. Would you believe it?
Manchester City have one hand on the FA Cup. It's finished at Sunderland. Manchester United have done all they can. That Rooney goal was enough for the 3 points. Manchester City are still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero! I swear you'll never see anything like this ever again. So watch it, drink it in. De Bruyne. Gundogan again. The king of comebacks. There's a good try. Oh, incredible. Ilkay Gundogan. Right from the start. That is stunning. They've done it! They've done it! Manchester City have done it! Once, twice, 3 times the champion! Champions of Europe finally! History made in Istanbul! The treble complete!
History makers, for the first time ever, an English club have won 4 titles in a row.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another typical City watch-along. Pep has done a madness. What is he doing? Oh. 6 changes in the middle of a title race. It's what we do. It's what he does. It's what he does. Now, there is, well, plenty to talk about, at least. What is he doing? Like, what is he actually doing? Like, not in the sense of, what are you doing, mate? Like, what is he actually thinking in terms of positions, players, personnel, tactics, and who's playing where? I'm stunned. I'm stunned when I saw it. I'm also stunned because, bear with me, hang on a second. Am I live? Am I even live, by the way? Completely lost here. Completely lost. Is it working? Chat's not moving. Oh, are we having one of them problems again? Are we? Oh, for fuck's sake. Yes, I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Oh, so unprofessional. So unprofessional. Right, bear with me 1 second. Because having a madness here. But Pep Guardiola, what is he doing with the... it's working now. It's working. It wasn't working. Everything was just freezing. I'm frozen over there. Something's not right. Hopefully this will sort itself out in the watch-along. In the long of the watching. Big up to Stop Online Hate. That I've not even done that. I'm an idiot, man. I'm an idiot. So no chat. No wonder half of it's not working right. Sorry, chat. Totally unprofessional. Totally unprofessional. I had plenty of time to sort this as well. I just didn't. So I'd like to blame something, but I've got nothing to blame other than myself. Is it working? There it is. Look, it's gone. There it is. Stop Online Hate says 7-0. City's Savinho goal. Who says Savinho or Savio? I mean, I've always said Savinho. I started with Savio, but now I'm back to Savinho, and I think you can say either, but what do you prefer, chat? Because I'm more of a Savinho guy. But Savio, it rolls off the tongue a bit better, doesn't it? But anyway, Foden, 4 goals would be amazing. Come on, City. Stop online hate. Big up to you, mate. You have been a typical City legend for 3 months as well. So big up to you. Cindy was in here nice and early. Yeppers, it's game day. Let's do this, City. Make Arsenal sweat. Let's win. Hopefully we make them sweat. Considering the starting 11, I'm not sure this could be over tonight. It could be over tonight. And I mean, please, let's push him all the way, because you just never know. This isn't a case of he doesn't give a shit about the Premier League title. This, for me, is clearly thinking about the Chelsea game and the FA Cup final. Totally understandable. Managing minutes, that's what it is. But it will only be considered managed minutes if we win the game. If he's managed the minutes, that term would be a successful term to use if we win the game. If we lose the game, Pep's done a madness. That's the other way to say it. And I do want to know about there must be certain individuals in that squad, the likes of Mark Gay, Antoine Semenyo, Bernardo Silva. They must go to the medical team, the doctors at Manchester City, and the doctors must tell Pep, you've got certain players that can just go and go and go. And I think that's a thing. Humans are different. We're all built differently. Some of us are built for long distance. Some of us are built for short sprints. Some of us are just sheer athletic beasts like myself who can do both. Yeah, I can do both. So, nah, I'm more of a long distance. I can go slowly at long distance, but I am more explosive. That's my style. Anyway, point being is, they get the trust and they play in this game. So clearly they are those sort of players. Haaland rested. Cherki rested. Doku, who has been the single reason we're in this title race right now. The epicenter of our success, recent success, in terms of the last 3 weeks I'm talking about. He has been the main man and rested. I've also, the team, what do you think to that? That's my guess, by the way. And I think I like it in a way, some ways. It's very like for like in the sense of, look at that. Crystal Palace is also playing the same formation, 3-4-3, 5 at the back, potentially, with wing-backs. I don't think it's going to be that. I'm hoping we see, because I've heard Ryan Aït-Nouri in the middle. I've heard Núñez in the middle. I think Josko Vardiol could push into the middle as well. I also think that is an option. He isn't just a centre-back. He hasn't done it very often, but I like the idea of Foden and Bernardo Silva in the middle on their own. It's a bit weak. I mean, they're going up against Lerma and Will Hughes, so it's not going to be the toughest of asks for them in this game, but they're still not as physically capable as Lerma and Hughes together. So, I think when Foden pushes forward, which will be much more common compared to Bernardo Silva, I expect Josko to push into that position. It may not be that at all. We may see Ryan Aït-Nouri sitting alongside Bernardo Silva and Foden drifting in the 10. My system is asking a lot of Phil Foden. It's asking a lot of Josko Vardiol, who has just come back from a broken leg. So I have a feeling that's wishful thinking. I think Ryan Aït-Nouri is probably more likely to be in the middle in this game, and we're going to have a bit more of a traditional back four. But I don't know. Do you know? Does anyone know? I have no idea, man, what we are doing at the back. Absolutely wild from Pep Guardiola. Good to see you, Cobb, as well. Thanks, Cindy, for dropping in nice and early. Good to see you, Cobb, as well. Fans must do our part. Let's always support them and believe in them together. Absolutely, mate. SRP, we fight till the very end. We absolutely do. Unless you Pep and you make 6 changes, and then in which case we're throwing the towel in pretty early. No, we're not. We're not doing that. Teal, big up to you, mate. We will win the league on goal difference, he says. Big up, Teal. Arsenal will fold against Burnley. Imagine. Because that's the one. That's the one that's like the guaranteed win. In all of the conversations, I haven't heard a single person even suggest that they will do something silly like that against Burnley. Certainly not from the Arsenal camp. So it would be mad if they did something against Burnley. It really would, wouldn't it? But it's irrelevant if we drop points today, man. It's irrelevant. True Blue says, big up Jonny and chat. Let's get the likes up, people. Is going 2-0 City. Yeah, please hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Massively helps the channel. Please do that and subscribe if you're new. And if you're interested in becoming a member and really showing your support for this channel, that would be monumental. And you can do that by clicking the link in the pinned comment of the chat. But just being here is enough. So by all means, just chill out and we'll have a chat. I have a feeling this is... I wanted to go into this game and just enjoy the game, really, for what it is. Because the last 3 or 4 games has been like... Ugh, you're coming into it with knots in your stomach, you know what I mean? This game, it's sort of like... Because of the West Ham result against Arsenal the other day, it's sort of like... Give it a good go, lads. That's the feeling I've got, is make Arsenal push them all the way. Who knows? But the pressure's off for me now. I'm thinking about the FA Cup final, and clearly Pep is as well. I still think there's a possibility we can win this league, and if it was me, I would never have made this amount of changes. I would have still taken this. I don't think he's not taking it seriously. That's not the right term. It's just a case I wouldn't have managed the minutes quite as aggressively as Pep Guardiola has done. That's probably the best way to phrase it. But yeah, here we are with a very strange starting 11, which I'm sort of excited about in seeing, to be fair. And hey, first of all, as well, not first of all, because I've spoken for quite some time, so it's certainly not the first thing I've said. 600th of all, Crystal Palace. They've made a whole host of changes, a whole host of them. No Adam Wharton. So we can't complain too much. 2 things here we can't complain about. We have lost our ability to complain about Arsenal in particular. And then them making changes because we want them to play to the best of their ability in the last game of the season. Arsenal go away to Palace, and we want Palace to play as best as they can with their strongest 11. They've not fielded their strongest 11 against us, so the likelihood of them doing that even closer to the cup final, no chance. No chance. So we can't complain about that because we've had changes in our favour. Another reason why we can't complain is we've made changes before a cup final. So how can we have a go at Crystal Palace for making changes before their cup final? So we're fucked, really, in terms of excuses in the latter stages of this season. Because, I mean, it is what it is. And the hard, honest truth of it all is we have to look back at the fixtures that we screwed up earlier this season. We just weren't ready to have that maturity within the squad to not draw to West Ham, to not lose to Spurs and draw when you're 2-0 up and drop points at Everton in the middle of a title race. These are the games where we just lacked that maturity that I think will be there next season. And we need to talk about loads of things in this stream as well. There's a Rodri contract potential, Pep Guardiola and the lack of announcement that he's leaving. Surely at this point you'd have thought we'd have heard something. With it being so close to the season, you think about all the managers that ever left, especially ones that were there for a long amount of time. Jurgen Klopp, middle of the season. Fergie, about 10-15 games to go before the end of the season. They all announce it reasonably early before the end of the season. And there's often a ploy to that to see what that can do to the team. See if the team can react to that news, do one last hurrah for their team. And, it can work, and it can work against you. It worked against Klopp, in my opinion. I thought it worked against him. But we'll see. We'll see. Pranav, good to see you, mate. Let's show the world why we are the best club in the land and all the world. City! City! Big up Groove Paul. It's do or die, City. I do like that phrase. Do or die. Like, if we lose this game, we're dying. We're all going to die if we lose this game. I love that phrase. I say it myself as well, and I always catch myself singing, am I actually going to die? Is this do or die? If I don't do this thing, am I going to die? I don't think we are, Groove Paul. But I know the point you're making, mate, absolutely. But I have faith in City to win the title, and I have faith in Arsenal to bottle it. Yeah, man. I'm still clinging on, man. It's very much copium at this point, isn't it? But, hey, you never know. You never know. Big up Mads. Hopefully we can win 4-0 this Wednesday. Anyone that saw the preview knows that City are undefeated in 36 games in the Premier League on Wednesday nights, which is an absolutely wild stat, that, isn't it? A full season of Wednesdays? Well, 2 games short. Tonight would be 1 game to go until we've won a full season. Undefeated in a season of Wednesdays. We need to get that little shitty tin pot trophy that Arsenal have got for Invincibles, but it just says Wednesdays, the best Wednesdays ever. And that's going to annoy the shit out of Sheffield Wednesday, because they're like, well, we're the only Wednesdays, and we'll have your name as well. We're better than you as well. We'll take that off you. Big up Alex. Push Arsenal to the last day of the season, and they could still bottle this. Lots of belief still. Good to see. Good to see. OG typical City fans, mark your presence. Big up Anubis Droll. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're good. Big up Church. Good afternoon, fellow Blues. The Eagles. That was a rooster. Bad eagle, that. Eagle's like, isn't it? Is it? What's an eagle like? It's more like, that's a bit deep. What's a chicken like? Chicken's like that. And then an eagle's like quite, like that, isn't it? I don't know. An albatross. It's a big eagle. The Eagles may be soaring in Europe, but they will be flying like a Led Zeppelin tonight. 6-0, Doku, who isn't playing. Inspired Sky Blue Juggernaut, Doku 2 isn't playing. Earl 2 isn't playing. Cherky 2 isn't playing. Well done, Church. Big up to you, Church, for the worst prediction goal scorers ever. Like, no, that's what happens, mate. That's what happens with Pep Guardiola. You can never second guess Pep Guardiola. Big up, James. Not over, people. I don't care what the table says. Go Blues. Big up, James. Good to see you, man. And everyone else, I'll try and catch up with all of you as quick as I can, but let me just sort that thing out. What was I doing? Curtis, this is the peppest thing to ever pep. Pepperino has pepperonied. The peppest thing to ever pep. He absolutely has, hasn't he? This is a real Pepzilla. This is a pep pizza. A pizza of pep. Pepperoni pep pizza. He's gone wild, man. And I think we're going to win. I actually still believe we can win this game. The players there. Foden came on with a real point to prove. I thought he played well in his impact. And if we see something like that, I'm done. I just saw they showed a replay. I was there, man. I remember. And I was at the opposite end of the pitch. Townsend scored goal of the season for Crystal Palace against Manchester City some years ago. There's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We struggled against Crystal Palace. How many times did goal of the season get scored against us, man? So many. Who was the Brighton lad? What was the Brighton's name? Was it? Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. What's his name? It's like something Chow or I don't know. What is it? The guy who scored that worldie for Brighton at Brighton. And then Peter Crouch for Stoke. Townsend for Crystal Palace. I'm sure we've been on the receiving end of other goals of the season. We scored goal of the season ourselves. It was Marmouche last year, wasn't it? And he's playing tonight, so it would be nice for him to pop up with goal of the season again. It would be beautiful. Cheers, Curtis. And cheers, Shako06. I feel Pep has chosen the FA Cup over the Prem. I think so, and I want to talk about that as well, because I think this is I'm starting to... Well, I'm guessing, complete speculation, but I think the results of this season dictate whether Pep Guardiola is going to be at this club next season or not. And I have a question for you, chat, in a minute that I think is a little bit more sensible than the one I asked 2 weeks ago. Remind me to ask it if I forget, because Raymad has very kindly sent a super chat. But big up Shako for the super chat, mate. And I think you're probably right, in all fairness. And I mean... We'll see. If we win, he's a genius and he's managed the minutes perfectly. But big up Raymad. This has to be because of the final on Saturday. Absolutely, mate. Or Pep has lost his mind. Could be that. It could be that. 1-1 today, Raymad, you've gone with. It's not unreasonable, 1-1. It's not. It's a little bit demoralising. I'll give you that as a City fan to read it. But, you know, it's a very realistic possibility with the team that we've put out. And the fact that their front line... No Sarr, though. That's another point. So no Adam Wharton. No Ismaila Sarr. No Kamada, who I think is a bit more of a solid option. The back line's solid, though. They've gone as strong as they can at the back. So I would argue so have we. I think we have as well. I think we've gone as strong as we possibly can. In fact, we've got more defenders on the pitch than usual. So 1-1... Yeah, can see it happening. Thoth Norbert, mate, good to see you. I think Nunes in midfield. A lot of people are suggesting that. I'm not sure, but maybe. I hope he does a good job in there, ultimately. That's what I want to see. Josko left back, Nori right back. Nori right back is a good shout. Didn't think of that. Must admit, I didn't think of that, and that's a very realistic possibility. I think you might be onto something there, actually, because I didn't think about that. In my head, I was thinking, who is the man who's going to push into that midfield? Because I think off ball, it's not on the screen because it never is when I want it to be. I I do think that Foden and Bernardo Silva, it looks like they're going to be holding down that midfield central area, but it can't be on the ball as well, because Foden's got to get forward, and therefore leaving Bernardo Silva isolated on his own is an incredibly harsh thing to do to Bernardo Silva. And I therefore think there's got to be someone, like, you know, pushing into that midfield out of the 5 defenders we've got on the pitch. And it's a toss-up between Vardiol, Aït-Nouri or Núñez. And you've gone with Núñez. And most people are suggesting that, to be fair, but we'll see. Shako, again, thanks again for the support, mate. Really early support is very much appreciated, man. 3 things guaranteed in life: death, Arsenal bottling, and Jonny forgetting to stop the time. 100%. I saw my name and I was like, what's coming? What's coming after Arsenal bottling it? What am I doing? What's a certainty? And you're absolutely right. I forget every bloody time. I've been on a good streak, actually. I forgot last game. Who was it? Who did we play last? Brentford. I forgot then. But I'll remember. And Belgian dude has just donated an incredibly kind thing to do. If that was an accident, mate, if you just accidentally sent that without any words, feel free to. I'll come out of the fan bit where I can see only super chats, because that's how I don't miss super chats, because I don't want to miss any, men. But if you wanted to say something and you accidentally just sent the donation, mate, feel free, and I'll keep an eye out for you, so you don't have to send another super chat, mate. But yeah, teams are out. Make sure you've hit that like button. Strap in. Strap on and strap in. Because here we go. Mateta. Jean-Philippe. Mateta up front. Brennan Johnson, who comes in for Ismaila Sarr. As much as I was happy to not see Sarr, I thought, you know, he knows where the back of the net is, doesn't he? Brennan Johnson, he's a goal scorer, mate. When he was at Spurs, he was like their only player that was scoring goals at one point, wasn't he? So he scored one of their most important goals in their history in that Europa League final. So he absolutely knows where the back of the net is, and the big occasion doesn't bother him. And this, to Palace, I imagine, is probably, quite a relaxing occasion. This is a case of a nice little bit of warm-up for their big occasion, which is their conference final at the end of the season. So it's going to be a tough game, this, because Palace, capable, they've got more points away from home than they have at home, so they know how to travel. They have rotated, but the 11 that are on the pitch are going to give us a game regardless, because the talent is there, the goals is there, and the defence is still there. Midfield is where they are lacking, in my opinion. Hughes and Lerma in that midfield can hopefully be exposed, and that's how we win this game. But we'll see. Game's about to get underway. Make sure you've hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And here we go. Oh, nuts. It's not quite 8 o'clock yet. Right, go on. There we go. Jesus Christ, referee was like really savouring the moment, the referee was. Right, instantly I want to figure out what the hell's going on. Núñez is right back. And Ryan Aït-Nouri, where's he? Left wing back at the minute, looking like that. I think I'm right, people. I think I might be right at the minute, people. Marmouche trying to find Semenyo nice and early. I think I've nailed it. Ryan Aït-Nouri's on the left, high up the pitch. Looks like Ryan Aït-Nouri's left wing. I think I've got it right, chat. I'm pleased if I have, but we're being tested already. Mark Gay deals with it. Bernardo Silva picks up the loose pieces. Mateta was all over him as well. By the way, Belgian dude, I just want to point out that's an incredibly kind donation, by the way, mate. Thank you very much. Words or no words, I know you, mate, and you're an absolute legend. So big up to you, man. Thank you very much for that donation. That's really kind, man. And Jay as well. Big up to Jay Wright. Love this channel. I'm a York City fan. Mate, I remember the days we used to play you. But like City, good luck for the rest of the season. Fuck Arsenal. Yes, man. We used to play you, man. And we used to not beat you. You know? We've had trouble against you in the past, man. I remember. That was a dark day. Long ball over the top. Palace are in. Already. Brennan Johnson, one-on-one. Cuts it back. Mateta there for the tap-in. And it's saved on the line. Or is it? Is it crossed the line? I think it might have done. Mateta's waiting. Offside flag goes up. But wow, that was easy, wasn't it? That was easy. Easy as that for Crystal Palace. One little dinky ball over the top. Brennan Johnson brings it down. He squares it to Mateta, who taps it goal-bound, heading towards an empty net. Donnarumma comes across and just... Yeah, Johnson looks like he's offside, so it looks like the decision is correct. But the fact the ball didn't end up in the back of the net is an absolute credit. Has he saved that? What a save from Donnarumma. It might not count for nothing in the end, but what a save for Donnarumma. Unbelievable. How did he get that, man? Like, that looked guaranteed goal, regardless of whether the offside flag ruled it out or not. But what a save. The issue for me is how bloody easy that was for Palace to get in. One long ball over the top and boom. Palace are causing problems, man. Cheers, Jay Wright. I appreciate the super chat, man. Top man. Lots of people are appreciating you as well, mate. That's all for you, that, Jay Wright. Big up. What a save. Good to see you. I said Big M appreciates Big Don. Andy Gaffey's fuck. I love that word on its own. No punctuation or anything. Fuck. It's good, isn't it? Given away by Nunes. Savinho and Nunes, a bit of miscommunication there. You're from York as well, Kiwi. Got a lot of York in the house. York in the house. Is that York like the original York or New York? Stealing names from us. Just slapping the word new on it. You big cheats, you big plagiarizers. I need to go to New York. In fact, I know Samvit, you might be watching. Rockstar, if you're in the chat. I don't know if you're listening or not, mate. I know we spoke earlier, but I know you're in New York right now, visiting. Enjoy yourself, mate. It's a place I need to go, man. New York. We've taken control of the game from Wythenshawe. I know that, mate. Pretty much like most of my mates were born in Wythenshawe Hospital. A lot of them were, anyway. And my daughter as well, which is much more important than your mates. It's mad how I remembered that my mates were born in a hospital, but like, where was my daughter born again? You know what I mean? Yeah, Wythenshawe as well. I was born in St. Mary's, Manchester. St. Mary's in Manchester. I was watching, my YouTube algorithm fed me a lot of Noel Gallagher today. I was on like a Noel Gallagher spree today. Really enjoyed it. He's great, isn't he? Noel Gallagher. How good is Noel Gallagher? For me, in terms of fan content, Manchester City fan content, Big Steve's like number one for me. I love Big Steve. I know him. I know we've spoke very briefly, but that's all I know is Big Steve. And like, what a guy, man. For me, he's like number one City content creator. He's brilliant, man. If you would consider Noel Gallagher a fan content creator, he's the number one. Because every word that comes out of his mouth, man, I'm always listening. And he speaks so well, doesn't he, about City. He's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But anyway, City got the ball. And bringing it forward with Nunes, Savinho. Oh, good ball to the byline. Can he dink one in? Oh, bit of pinball. I think that's a goal kick. Are we going to get a corner? Because it ricocheted like 8 times. Oh, we want a penalty, actually. Forget the corner. Nunes wants a PK. Ooh, that's a natural position for me. It was Nunes cross, hits the right hand of Canvo. But I think they've already ruled it out because it was like there, like next to his body. I mean, it's as natural position as it can possibly get. Really. Foden to take the corner, though. Even though it was no penalty, we've still got a corner, and it's going to be Foden who whips it in dangerously. Mark Gay, I think, gets his head on it. Just rockets up into the air. Great to see Josko back, by the way. I've not even mentioned that. I've just... Ball whipped in. There was no chance of Mark Gay getting on the end of that. He was marked by about 5 Palace players. Oh, we're in big trouble. Oh, they've broken. It's Mitchell bringing it forward. Numbers are back though. Well done, City. We did really well. Who did that? It was Nunes. Really good from Nunes because he just stopped Mitchell. He slowed him down. He didn't stop him, but he slowed him down there because we were in trouble. Palace were breaking on us. And Nunes doing that allowed a few City players to get back. And then he's pushed... I didn't think he realised that I'd gone out then. I thought Nunes was just chilling then. But he's done another bit of brilliant defending there from Mateus Nunes to shepherd Mitchell out and win as a goal kick. Oliver Glasner going wild on the touchline. Good manager, Oliver Glasner, isn't he? Where do you reckon he's... Is it already been decided where he's going next? But I imagine he's going to be highly sought after. Wonder where he ends up. Because apparently it's already been agreed, hasn't it, that he's leaving Palace. But Ryan Aït-Nouri coming down the left side for City. Oh, he's done Munoz. Really brilliant. Great stuff. Oh, and he's won a corner. He nearly did Richards. Brilliant pace. Little step over. Knocks it past Munoz. Burst of speed from Ryan Aït-Nouri was impressive. Then he meets the next obstacle. And it was Richards, the big American, who gets something on it at least. Out for a corner to City. Big up Shako. Interesting, Nico G isn't playing in this B team. He's not even on the bench, mate. So I imagine he's picked up an injury. To not be even on the bench is wild. Bernardo Silva's ball in. Semenyo there, but it was Lacroix who clears it. And Kasanov keeps it alive for City. Savinho now coming down the right side. Vital touch that from Lerma. Sends it out and Savinho lets it trickle out for another corner. How many games have we done this, man? Where we get like a barrage of corners. We did it against Everton, we did it against Brentford, where we just start the game really well and get like 9 corners really quickly. Do nothing with it, and then they score. Come on. Got to bury one of these, man. The amount of corners we get, we've got to be like being more productive from them. It's ridiculous how many corners we actually get and don't make anything of them. Here's Ryan Aït-Nouri to the byline. Is it a goal kick? I think it's a goal kick. Or is it a corner? Is it a corner? It's another corner. You know. I don't know, Raymad. It's a good question. I think I'm not a million miles away because Josko is pushing forward way more than Kasanov and Gay. It's hard to gauge right now because it's just corner after corner. So there's no real pattern been set other than City like surrounding or in the Palace penalty area, so it's hard to really get a good idea of what this formation we are doing. But one thing's for certain, Ryan Aït-Nouri is left and arguably left wing back, if not left wing, and Nunes is right. At the minute, he's right centre back. But I said Josko's going to be the one to push forward, the Nico O'Reilly role, in other words. But without coming from left back, he's coming from left centre back. So Ryan Aït-Nouri to me is playing the Jeremy Doku role here. And if you want to picture it, Josko's playing left back, but pushing up really high and aggressive into that inside channel, very similar to how Nico O'Reilly did. So that formation isn't entirely right, to be fair, because Vardiol is pushing beyond Foden and Bernardo Silva at points. But staying at the back seems to be Nunes, Kasanov and Gay, and coming forward, Nunes and Vardiol have got to pick their moments to come forward. But, yeah, still City on the attack. Palace struggling to get out of their own half at the minute. A few corners have excited me, but nothing has come from them. Oh, yeah. Isn't that good when you pick up your can and you're like, oh, there's a lot left. There's a lot left in there. When you pick up your can and it's like, ugh, it's like empty and hollow. You're like, oh, that's disappointing. When you really wanted a bit of stuff in there, man. You wanted a bit more in there. Disappointing. But that was pleasantly full. Look at this. Pleasantly full. There we go. Long throw in deep in their own half, Palace. And Bernardo Silva too busy worrying about Johnson than actually the ball itself as he's away. Brennan Johnson coming down the left side. He's got Munoz back post waiting for it. And there's a block from Josko. Wow. Are they asking for a penalty? Bernardo Silva has got to focus on the ball there. He's going for an aerial. Well, he's not even challenging him in the sense of going up and trying to head it there, Bernardo Silva. And Josko Vardiola's just produced an unbelievable... Well, I don't think he knew much about it, to be fair. It just hit him. But his positioning has stopped that from being what looked to be an almost certain goal. As Pino, I think it was, who had the shot on the edge of the area after a Brennan Johnson cutback. It looked destined for the bottom corner. And Josko's just stood there in the way. It clips the outside of his calf and trickles away for a Crystal Palace corner, which Will Hughes is about to take. Their first corner results in a goal kick to Manchester City, thankfully. But a header, you know, at least they're getting on the end of it. Why can't we just get on the end of a corner? You know what I mean? Like, just get on the end of it. Even if it goes over the bar like that, at least show me that your centre-backs are capable of getting on the end of a cross, you know? Because I don't think we've got great corner takers at this club. I think Foden is probably our best corner taker. And he is a bit... you know, sporadic. He doesn't have the consistency of the likes of, you know, Declan Rice's corners, for example, which are just like always dangerous every time. And I mean, how many times are we getting corners in this game to not think it's like a viable ploy? Not this game, all the games in recent times. We just don't make the most of them, do we, man? We don't. But anyway, great bit of defending from Josko, positioning at least. Keeps it 0-0. City got the ball back. We're coming forward. More corners than Muller, the yogurt. Unless it was the German. Yeah. I'm sure he used to take corners as well. Didn't Muller take some corners for Bayern? I'm sure he did. I'm sure he was actually quite decent as well. Long ball up there. Josko's won it. Ryan Nori picks up the loose pieces. Two get out to him. Cuts it back to Mark Gay. Thinks about the cross. But yeah, seeing Ryan Nori burst past Munoz a little bit earlier fills me with a lot of belief that this system can still have these personnel in it and still work. Because Doku was rinsing fullbacks for fun in recent weeks, and it's great to see Ryan Nori stepping in and beating the man in front of him. Nunez with an adventurous left foot switch, and Munoz wins it, looking for either Josko Vardiol or Ryan Nori there, but it's a City throw. Cheers, Curtis, mate. I don't know what my favourite Muller is. I tend to go for the chocolatey ones, or the banana flake ones, like the chocolate banana flake ones. That's my favourite Muller, I think. My favourite Muller corner. I don't really like the jam ones. You know what I mean? Or the little balls, they're pretty good. That's what she said. Anyway. Over the bar. Is it a corner? No, it's not. Mark Gay's smirking like he's embarrassed, so I imagine that was a woeful effort. Blue Wingser. If Eze wins Prem, Palace will get £10 million clause. Are you for real? Is that true? The players won't care about that, though. Let's be honest. The players won't care about that, thankfully. I know what you're thinking. They're going to give it their all to make sure the club get that extra 10 million, but the players don't give a shit. They're getting paid the same amount of money before that contract term, in Eze's contract, and after his contract as well. Nothing will change for them. So I doubt that's going to affect them. But I see where you were going with it, man, and it worried me when I thought about it. I was like, oh, shit. But then it's like, only Parish is the owner of Crystal Palace, isn't it? He's the only one who's going to give a shit about that. So, unless he sends down a message to Oliver Glasner from the boardroom to just roll over against Arsenal at the end of the season, Foden gives it away. He wins it back, though. But yeah, you may be right, mate. Thanks for the super chat as well, bud. Top man. And Peer BPM. Good to hear from you, mate, without it being a goal. Because your name, when it appears in the chat, mate, it's just like, it's the best feeling seeing your name. Because normally it means we've scored. And then I saw your name and I was like, shit, have I missed a goal? No, man. But Peer wants to have a chat. Big up, Peer. Hey all, you lovely people. Sorry I could not attend last time. Don't pay it back. You do not need to pay it back at all. There's no obligations here whatsoever. Savinho. Oh, Peer, you were nearly having to send me a message. You were nearly having to pay it back. You might have to now, but no, Kasanov over the bar smashes it over the bar. I think that's both centre-backs in Mark Gay and Kusanov. I've had a pop, and they've smashed it over the bar. That's why you are centre-backs. No one's beaten Vincent Kompany's goal. What's the best goal from a centre-back you can think of that's better than Vincent Kompany's goal? And I know City fans are going to be biased, but come on, there's got to be some amazing centre-back goals out there. I remember a goal by Sylvain Distin away at Aston Villa. What a really random thing. He ran like the full length of the pitch, kind of similar to Tony Adams. When Martin Tyler at the commentary was like, would you believe it? Like that, when he went mental. And Tony Adams, that was a goal, because he just like ran the length of the pitch. Van de Ven, he's ran the length of the pitch. But screamers from centre-backs, they're not very common. And I don't think anyone's beating that Vincent Kompany goal. Not only because of the quality, but the importance of it as well. The fact that it basically won us the league, you know. In a game that was 0-0, destined for 0-0, it needed a moment like that for anything to happen. We were never scoring a goal out of luck or a well-manufactured goal. It needed a thunderbolt from distance because they were so deep that day. I was there, man. I remember it thinking, we're never going to score here. And we did. We did. Vincent Kompany. Anyway, City on the ball, dominating the game, mostly. Still a threat from Palace when they pop up the other way. Savinho's got this new little great ball that Bernardo Silva thinks about the shot and it's blocked by Will Hughes. But Savinho's doing this weird little pop outside of his left foot pass technique. He's done it a couple of times now, where he's just like letting the ball like sit on the outside of his body and he just pops it that way. It's a bit of a weird technique, but it's coming off for him. It's not doing anything bad, so fair play. Big up City, 4 up. I appreciate the support, man, for becoming a member. It's very much appreciated, man. Thank you very much. Top man. Big up Blue Moon fans. Good to see you, mate. Ooh. John Stones against Bayern. John Stones against Dortmund was good, wasn't it? Do you remember that? That was a screamer. As good as Kompany, Sergio Ramos's header. Go on, Ryan Nori! Side netting. He's having a good game. He's having a good game, Ryan Nori, at the minute. He's purposeful. He's trying things. He's taking his man on. He's getting into dangerous positions. He looks confident on the ball. He looks relaxed. Most importantly, really, is the intensity to his game. He drives into the penalty area, takes a little bit of a ricochet off his chest, lands kindly in front of him. The invitation was there, and he pulls the trigger and he drags it just wide with his right foot into the side netting. But City looked the better. And here's Ryan Nori again, all over Lacroix. Referee gives a free kick. Lacroix, by the way, is absolutely rapid. He's such a quick. No one speaks about his speed. You know, everyone thinks Van de Ven. Van de Ven, who's the quickest centre-back in the league? Van de Ven. Look, have you seen Lacroix run? He's rapid. Absolutely rapid. So, we're not getting past him in terms of speed. And that's something Haaland usually benefits from. Speed, isn't it? So, Marmoush doesn't really have that, does he? He has that little burst. But top speed, that's not his game. That's not really his game, is it? Top speed. Marmoush. Fox in the box. It's coming down, isn't it? Look at that rain. Traditional Manchester weather. Pep's got his hood up. He looks so sad and miserable, doesn't he, in that rain? Just like watching the game. Just like cold. He's been here for 10 years, so I'm pretty sure he's used to it at this point. I think he even likes it. I like a bit of rain every now and again. I like summer, don't get me wrong. But after 3-4 weeks of it, I do get ready for winter. I'm like, yeah, a bit of rain, that'll sort me out. Oh, it's not a bad idea from Nunes. Overhits it, to be honest. Out for a goal kick to Palace, but looking for Semenyo. Semenyo shows his appreciation with one of those little claps, like not quite. Really good, like, I see what you were trying. Like that. One of them. Rudiger versus Brentford. Don't remember that. Don't remember that goal. Big up Gary Ladd. Everton's Jagielka against Liverpool. That was a screamer. What? No. Yes, that was a screamer. I know which one you're talking about. Yes, that was a screamer. But in my head, I went to Tarkowski goal against Liverpool. The last goal in the Merseyside derby when it all kicked off at the end of the game. What a derby that was. That was good, that, wasn't it? At Goodison Park. Do you remember that? Tarkowski for Everton against Liverpool. That's the goal I thought you meant. But that I remember the Jagielka goal now as well. That was a bullet. That was a bullet. I remember that. David Luiz free kick at the World Cup. Absolutely. Yeah, that was a screamer, wasn't it? But any of these better than companies? Where did that ball go in the net? Look, actually, the part of the goal that the ball enters the net, it couldn't have been more postage stamp. Right in the top bins, man. Couldn't get more top corner. And how far out it was. The fact that it bent around Maguire. Maguire was just like blocking most of the goal, and the ball just like bends around his head. And it was like, oh, I think it was even capped by Gary Neville. Dare I say it? It made the goal even better that he actually, a man who's very rarely says things that are like, you know, wow, that was a poetry. Gary Neville and poetry are not two words I ever expected to say in the same sentence, but that was a bit of poetry from Gary Neville. That, where do you want your statue, Vincent Kompany? That was brilliant. I think that capped it off for me, because that was good. That was a good thing to say, because he gets a statue as well, and he's got one. It looks like an alien, but it's all right, because it's still Vincent Kompany. We recognise it, because he looks like an alien. So, just like big light bulb head, isn't he? Big old Vinny's head. What a dome that is. Plenty of headers with it, like fucking against the rags as well. Anyway, City are dominating the game still. No chances really to speak of. The game's gone into a bit of a lull, really. Bit of a lull. But we're just looking to regain a bit of control and a bit of momentum, start creating some chances again, because at the minute, Arsenal are winning the league. Not a centre-back, though. But yeah, amazing. Amazing goals. They were ridiculous. Absolutely. But he's not a centre-back, so it doesn't count. Big up D. I still believe we can pull this off this season. Come on, City. Have a good stream, Jonny lad. Appreciate that, D. Thank you, mate. I still believe. If you ask me, do I think we will? I don't think we will. That's my honest opinion. But do I believe we can? Yeah. I've always maintained that throughout the entire season. I think that West Ham result is obviously like, you know, it's took everything out of like that belief for most City fans, and it's fair, it's understandable, and here we are clinging on in there, but we're still here. You're absolutely right. Why not crack on? Even with this rotated team, I still think we can beat them. Nunes tries a fancy little back heel to Savinha. Those two haven't got like an abundance of game time, have they? Between the two of them, they've got a bit, but the link-up play we've been seeing lately between Nico O'Reilly, that's much better from Phil Foden. He gives it away in Palace Mitchell with a good tackle, but good from Foden, that taking on his man and actually beating a couple of them before the third man takes it off him for a City throw-in, but better from Foden. MCFC kid, Gary Neville doing poetry is like giving glasses to a bloke with one ear. Yeah, man. Gary Neville. Gary Pebble. Thanks, D. Appreciate that, mate. But yeah, Declan Rice's free kicks, they were unbelievable, weren't they? They were ridiculous. To do it twice as well. That's unbelievable. That was a goal. We were linked with Pavard, weren't we? That was a good goal. I remember that. Shay, thank you very much for showing your support, man. It means a lot, mate. It really does. Thank you very much. And you've picked a legend as well, which makes you a legend. It's official. You've bought legendary status for yourself. So, congratulations. You are now officially a legend. You probably were one before it because you had the mentality to be so kind, which you're already there, really, weren't you? But you just stamped it with approval. Ryan says Foden screamer soon. It's been a long time coming, hasn't it? A long time coming, and it would be delicious to see it tonight. Good to see you, Ryan. And Jeff as well. Good to see you, mate. Oh, foul here on Ryan Aitnori. Who's that? Brennan Johnson is rolling about on the floor. The hell is that? Weird lineup. Both domestic cups and second place is better than we would have expected going into the season. Hard not to be disappointed, though. Yeah. It is. It's always that. That's football for you. It's a fickle game. It really is. It is the most opinion-changing game I've ever known. I can't believe how quick things change in football. That's why we love it. That's literally the reason why we love it, because you're right. No one expected us to go and win anything. No one even suggested, outside of the Manchester City fan base, no one was saying we're going to challenge for the league this year because they thought we were finished last year because we dropped off. As if a comeback isn't a real thing. As if a resurgence or a rebuild isn't a thing in football. It's like, you know, people are still like so absolute in everything they say that City drop off like they did last season, even though our drop off still ended up like 3 points. Was it 2 or 3 points behind Arsenal we finished last season? And they had a good season apparently, and we were like right behind them. And we were crap by our own standards. And yeah, that's it. We're finished. That term finished was branded around a lot. Idiots say that, don't they? I mean, no one's finished. No one. The fact that not very few people say United are finished, but they've been finished for about 10 years. But very few people say finished. People talk about more about the idea of them coming back. And there's very few signs of them coming back. Michael Carrick at the wheel. What the fuck are you on about? I'm buzzing. Is anyone else buzzing at that news? Michael Carrick's getting the job. Great news. Great fucking news in my book. Great stuff. Another failure that will expose its head midway into next season. They will sack him. And then they'll start calling for a manager with experience. We should never have signed him, really. In hindsight, we should never have signed him. That's because their club operates in, how do we shut the Man United fans up? That's how Manchester United operate. What is the best decision to make that shuts them up? So we don't have the green and gold bollocks. We don't have fans invading the pitch before a game and all that protesting nonsense. We don't want that. We want them to be quiet, but happy enough to shut up. And they seem to like... Erik ten Hag won the FA Cup. He's got to be sacked, though. Anyone with a brain would say Erik ten Hag's season was a joke. An absolute travesty, and there's no way he was going to be a success next season. Just because he won the FA Cup, though, the United fans all went, oh, you got to give him another chance. Give him another chance. You know, he won an FA Cup. Yeah, he's an idiot, man. The guy's crap. It was inevitable he was going to fail. And what do you know? He failed. It was cast iron decision, that. And Michael Carrick's done exactly the same thing. He's shown a little bit of something that these players can actually play, and boom, they start playing well again and get a few results. Results that I think have been a bit... Give him the full-time job. Ridiculous. That club, man. But they're not finished, though, everybody. They're not finished. Just wait until we're back. Anyway, Jeff, I get your point. It's hard to be disappointed. It is, because the standards were... the expectancy was not as high, but it grows, doesn't it? It grows throughout the season. Like Forest. You know, when... this game, by the way, if anyone's wondering why am I not commentating on the game, it's dull at the minute. It's dull. Nothing's happening. We're not creating anything. We're dominating the ball, which is the great news. Trust me, I'll speak up when something happens. A ball fed through to Semenyo before just went out for a goal kick. That's about it. Other than that, it's a bit pedestrian, a little bit passive from City in the attacking sense. A long ball here, though. This could turn into something. Semenyo in the penalty area. And he goes back out to Ryan Aitnori. Mark Gay. Ball in, cleared. We don't want Mark Gay crossing the ball from an angle like that with Marmouche in the box, do we? Against bloody Lacroix and Richards and Canvo in there. And Lerma and Hughes are dropping incredibly deep as well. That's not the game plan. Oh, lovely... What a goal! 1-0 Manchester City, and it's all about Phil Foden. Beautiful vision. Eyes in the back of his head. Little back heel into Semenyo. First time finish from Semenyo. Just places it in the bottom corner. I told you I wasn't talking about the game because there was nothing to talk about. But I did say, if something happens, I'll tell you. And I'll tell you right now. It's 1-0 City. Let's go! Come on! Phil Foden. Love it. Semenyo. Turning Italian. That's how I order my spaghetti whenever I go to an Italian. I'd say, can I have more Parmesan, please? How much do you want? I want this much. 1-0 City. Brilliant from Phil Foden. The assist is absolutely beautiful. A goal straight out of Manchester. Quite literally, because it was scored in Manchester, but made by one Phil Foden with vision that not many players possess. You can see what it means to Pep Guardiola. He does his usual, oh, we've given it away, and it's Foden who's given. Don't do this, because Foden's just given it away. And Donnarumma with a bit of an awkward save, to be fair. His save is a save, and it's a corner to Crystal Palace. But Foden got caught. Let's have another look. I'm not sure he's really got the ball under his control, but he certainly doesn't do that well with it. And Donnarumma makes a save that keeps the ball out of the back of the net. That's all I'll say. But I think the slippy ball caused him a bit of concern there because he didn't quite get clean hands on it. And now he really is going to be tested because we've seen him at corners lately. And we've got a corner to defend now. Stay on your line, mate. Stay on your line. Oh, he fucking dropped it. He caught it and then he dropped it. And then he picked it up. And that's a foul. Will Hughes, yellow card, please. Because Foden was about to send him through. Yellow card will do. Absolutely, Tim. Big up Tim, by the way. I've seen some of your comments lately. I don't know where I've seen them, but I've seen them and I just thought, that Tim's a nice guy. He seems like he's got his head screwed on. I read some of your stuff somewhere. I don't know where I saw it, mate. I just recognise your name. I know you're a member on this channel. And I don't think it was even on this channel. I think I saw you somewhere else. And I was like, I know that guy. That's Tim. I know Tim. He's got his head screwed on, that Tim. Big up, Tim. And big up Tuna. I know you as well, mate. You're a legend round here, man. You're an OG. An absolute OG. And it's reflected in that number 28. 28 months. Typical City membership is loyalty that it rivals the missus, to be honest. And she fucking hates me. Because she's a rag. Anyway. Well, I'm going to find it funny anyway, even if you don't. A bit of personal information. Bernardo Silva, who gives it away and gets it back, a little bit fortunately. But yeah, let's go. I had to Google about a month ago, LFG. I didn't know what it meant, because I'm an unk. I was like, LFG? What the fuck does LFG mean? Let's fucking go is what it means. And I was like, I know that. I say that sometimes. And now I know the abbreviation. Does everyone still use Google, by the way? Or is everyone like migrating to ChatGPT for their information now? Because I've heard people like don't use Google anymore. Like I've got a few mates who are like, are you still on Google? Yeah. And they were like, I use ChatGPT, mate, for everything. I was like, all right. Might start doing it. Might have a chat with ChatGPT on the channel. See what he thinks, or she. Doesn't have to be a man. See what he thinks of the title race. Mark Gay right through the back of Mateta. Free kick to Palace. Just still in their own half, to be fair. But big up Kairaga, sorry. I'm so happy Gvardiol is back on the pitch. Absolutely, man. I was stunned when I saw him start the game. It's mad to see him start the game. Because I thought it was going to be too long. That the season was finishing too soon for him to get some minutes. But it is really good to see him on this pitch. Absolutely. And I mean, oh, well played. Ryan Aitnori. Is that you? That was Ryan Aitnori. Marmoush on the overlap. Give it in, Marmoush. Chops it. Oh, he's done too much. All from Ryan Aitnori. I swear, man. Ryan Aitnori. No one loves Ryan Aitnori. I go on. I mean, if you follow this channel, you know that I like Ryan Aitkenori. I'm a big fan of him. I love him. I think he's really good, and I think he's not getting any praise at all this season. And every time he's played, very rarely has he disappointed me. I think maybe 1 or 2 times he's been a bit like average, not bad. And the press earlier on wins it back. Savinho bearing down through the middle of the Palace's defence. He plays it into Marmoush, who's on the overlap. Marmoush tries to chop it back, and then you're thinking, one chop, left foot drive, not Paulo one chop, just one little. Josko wins the header, edge of the area. If we can get a second goal, that would be delightful. But Kasanov's going to win that. You knew he'd committed to that slide tackle about 5 minutes ago, didn't he? And he was just like, his body, man. He's just like, you can tell, right, get out the fucking way. Kasanov's decided he's going to ground and he's going to crunch you, mate. So get out of the way or enjoy the bruise. One or the other. He's great, isn't he? He's great. It is good to see him, though, Kairaga. And it's great to see you as well, mate. And Pier as well, popping in with the gifted membership. This is just a guy as well, received it. It's good to see you familiar guys around. Still turning up and here. It's just great. It is great. I never pictured it, I'll be honest with you. You timed that badly, didn't you? You timed that badly. Just as I was waxing lyrical about you, mate. I noticed, mate. I just I sometimes I see it and I'm like in the middle of a point. I hope everyone realises that I can't just do it like instantly. But I get your point. That was there for quite some time, to be fair. I was like, I'll get to it, Pier. But you are a legend, mate. You are a legend. Why is it still raining in Manchester? It's like, is it quite sunny out here? It's nearly night time, to be fair, isn't it? It's going dark. But it's hot. I'm getting hot. Look at that. You can tell I'm getting hot. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you as well. Good to see Jerry. Still believing. Good to see you, Hannah. Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, absolutely. Team ahead of me, though. Has to be. Has to be team ahead of me. Ryan Aitkenori. That goal was good, wasn't it? That was a satisfying goal because Phil Foden's little back heel, it was beautiful because it just killed Palace, didn't it? Like the whole Palace defence. And here he is. Foden brings it down. Is he getting assist number 2? Here's Marmoush. Who gets it? 2-0. Phil Foden with his second assist of the game. I don't want to say he's back, but he's popping up with moments that are important. Put it that way. Big moments for Phil Foden. It's 2-0 before half-time. Come on, City. Marmoush buries it. Pep's changes. They're working so far, but there is still a second half. There is still a second half. Big smiles from Big Earl and Big Chirk. Yes. Also true. Excellent. That's so good because you know my thoughts on Reinders this season. He's been very passive, Reinders. But Foden has come onto the pitch in games where we've really needed him. And he has been a bit passive as well, but not this game. He looks up for it, doesn't he, man? And you could tell that run, there was a moment I didn't even speak about before. I just saw him complaining that he didn't get the ball. And I thought, all right, he's having a little moan. But the attitude is what you want to see, innit? You want to see a player of Phil Foden's ability pissed off that he's not got the ball at his feet. And he's demanding it. And you're right, mate. He's just like, well, I can give it me, man. Give me the fucking thing and I'll show you what I can do. And he's popped up with 2 assists. And it's 2-0 Manchester City. Brilliant. Yeah, man. Can we get a third before half-time? Big up here. Not this time. I remembered. I saw you. Good to see you, Kevin. 2 up. 2-0. Church. It's 2-0. I love going back to chats that were topical at the time, but now at the time of reading it, you look like an idiot. Kind of like Pear before. And you look like an idiot for guessing Doku, Haaland, and Cherky to score. To be fair, You always guess 6-0, so I swear, man, we need to do something when you get 6-0, don't we? We need to. If we win a game 6-0, we'll do a church stream dedicated to you. I'll figure it out, mate. I'll see if we can just get you on in the game. Like live on the Watchalong. I don't know how to do that. I don't know the technicalities behind it. I presume I can. I'll have to figure something out. It's a lot of fucking work for me, in all honesty, church. It's a lot of work for me to do. But I'll figure it out just for you. For someone who's consistently predicted 6-0 every fucking game. And when it happens, there has to be some sort of reward for your loyalty. There has to be. And we'll just get you on, like, live as the sixth goes in, or the full-time whistle, because imagine if it finishes 6-1. You'd be devastated, wouldn't you? Corner ball to City. We're playing really well, man. We're playing very well. Nathan's buzzing. The ball to him was great as well, Elias, wasn't it? The ball with Foden, ball in. Oh, it's nearly a hat-trick of assists. And it was nearly a Josko Variol return with a header that was destined for that far corner. Foden chops it. Now he's finding Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva smashes it wide. Oh, what a save from Henderson. I'm not sure it was that good a save, but it was a good enough save to keep it out the back of the net. And Foden's little dinky ball into Josko Variol, who nods it goal-bound. And it's not quite in the corner. It isn't as good a save as it probably looked at first time, because it's one you expect a keeper to say. He's got to stretch for it, to be fair. It's not that easy, to be fair. It's a decent save from Henderson. Henderson, who is one of Pep Guardiola's most hated people on the planet. Do you remember that after the cup final? Oh, he's giving it away. Dick, go on, Foden. Oh, he thought about it. Because Henderson comes out of his goal. The clearance was woeful. Straight to Phil Foden, who's just inside the City half. Controls it. I don't think the shot was on, because I think Henderson got back in time. But Foden went for it anyway. But the execution was all wrong. And then moments later, Savinho starts doing bloody kick-ups down the right wing. Getting a bit ballsy out here. 2-0 up against Palace. With a heavily rotated team. I think they're all looking pretty bright, you know. I think, do you know who isn't? Bernardo Silva. He's not having a good game at the minute. He's a bit sloppy for me. Long ball over the top here. Brennan Johnson's going to get on the end of this. If Palace get one before half-time, it changes everything. Changes everything. And thank fuck for that they haven't, because Núñez gets back. But Bernardo Silva is the only player that... I don't think he's playing bad. It's just a little bit sloppy from Bernardo Silva. And now Ryan Ignori with a stick. Bernardo Silva, who read the situation. And it's offside anyway. But Ryan Ignori with a sloppy bit of play. Gives it away. We nearly got punished, but Bernardo Silva was alert. And we've won a free kick anyway because it was offside. Don't give up your love on him, man. Don't give up your love on him. Because I feel like next season we will see the best of him. And if we don't, we've got to call it what it is. It's a flop of a signing. Because this season... he's actually got reasonable numbers in fairness to him. But we expected a lot more, didn't we? I think every City fan, going from the AC Milan days that you're talking about, you have every right to expect the world of him. And I expected a lot more than what we've been given from Reinders. But he has popped up with goals and the odd assist. His numbers, what are his numbers? I've forgotten. I know they weren't bad. I know they weren't bad. Seven goals and 8 assists. So 15 goal involvements in his first season. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's better than a lot of them, you know, in terms of output. I'm not bothered too much about the output there, though. I would say that's slightly overperforming in terms of output. What I want more in the bits in between. I would rather him play well for 89 minutes than turn up for 1 minute and score a good goal. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather him play that, because the role he plays is a midfielder. So You're not a forward, mate. We don't need, like, output can't be your only metric. We need to, like, have a stability to your game. Something that's dependable. Something that's, like, you can, tangible as a midfielder, So the output's great, but we need to see a lot more from him. But the fact that the output can get to those levels showcases this. There has to be a ball. It's half-time, by the way. There has to be a baller in there. So I'm not ready to give up on Reinders just yet. And big up the Belgian dude. Manchester City may not win everything every season. That's it, mate. It feels like we were meant to, otherwise we're failures. But staying in the top 3 consistently proves greatness. True elite clubs are built on consistency, not just trophies. Yeah, I think the trophies are the biggest metric you can measure a club's success in football. There's no two ways about it. And I would rather have more trophies than be consistent. But you're right in what you say. We're far and away the most consistent club in the country, because which club has been in the Champions League every year for the last, is it what? How many years now? Is it 12 years, 13 years in a row in the Champions League? Just getting into the Champions League. People say, oh, is that what you're celebrating? Well, which club in the Premier League has been in the Champions League for as many years as we have in a row? Liverpool, fall out. Chelsea, fall out. United, in, out. Shake it all about. You do the okie dokie, and then you turn around, and then you sign Michael Carrick like a bellend. So, point being, we are absolutely consistent. And it's not just turning up in the Champions League either. It's like that, is that all you did? You got into the Champions League We also won trophies alongside the consistency. So you're right, there's no club in this country that has performed better in the last decade than Manchester City, and it's not even close. It's not even close. So I get it. It's good that we're disappointed that we didn't win still looking likely that we won't win a Premier League title. We still can. It's good to be disappointed because it shows we're heading in the right direction. We've made the improvement to challenge at least. And that was always the aim this season. That was the aim at the start of the season, albeit it was never really respected by outsiders. They never thought we would do it, and here we are. We're in an FA Cup final with a trophy already in the bag, and we can still win a Premier League title. And we're currently, as it stands, 2 points behind Arsenal. So we'll see what they've got. We'll see what they've got. Big up the Belgian dude. And big up Pierre. I've already seen that one, haven't I? Big up Pierre, mate. I've not seen that one, though. You still did not see the first 3 memberships you gave today. Back and look. What? Really? Do you know what I did miss? Is that I missed Micah, but I can't see you, Pierre. I've gone all the way to the top to stop online hate. He was the first one. I can't see you, mate. It's not popped up. Sorry about that, mate. I hate that. That's literally why I've got this thing now, so I don't miss them. Even though I'm still fucking missing Micah. Big up Micah. Congratulations, Arsenal. We are not winning. The timing of me reading that super chat again, it's really bad, isn't it? We're 2-0 up. But I think you meant the league, didn't you? You meant the league. Have I missed anyone else? It's like the worst thing to do, man. I feel like... Have I missed that? No, read that. I don't think I've read that. Oh no, I'm into the new territory now. I'm into the new ones. Oh no, I've missed a few. Fuck is wrong with me, man? What is wrong with me? I've got a whole thing here, man, and it's like, they're in order. They're just like... Sorry, everybody. Sorry, Ian. Big up, Ian. However the season ends, I'm proud of this team for still fighting. The City identity is there with or without trophies. Fight till the end. It is there, mate. It is there, absolutely. And upgraded membership to Legend Assassin X. Big up to you, mate. Thank you for the support. Very much appreciated. And Thijan Tomachab says, that's the best I can do with that name, mate. And I'm sorry, I know I've butchered it. I've butchered your name, but I've no... Can I just call you... I don't... How do I even abbreviate that? Can I just call you Ty? I call you Ty. Isn't that the Arsenal fan off Arsenal Fan TV? You might not want that name. I actually have a lot of respect for him because he's that delusional. He's funny, and he's so loyal. Like that, I respect that. I respect that. I also respect the amount of money that he's spent in the club shop. Fucking hell, man. He wears half the gear, doesn't he? He's like littered with Arsenal badges. But Michael Carrick won't see 2027. I think you might be right. You know, there's signs there. He's not a bad manager. He's not a bad man. He's not going to take them to where they want to go, though. Not a chance. Not a chance. And Raymad, sorry about that, Pierre, by the way. What the hell? God, I can't even see it, though, man. I genuinely can't see that. I have missed a few, which is awful. Annoying. I'm genuinely annoyed, man. I said 1-1 and bow my head in shame. Pep proved me wrong again. It could still be 2-2, mate. Maybe he really knows what he is doing. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with guessing and getting it wrong, though. I do feel like people are worried about predicting and being like, oh, shit, I got it wrong. That's football, man. No one's going to get it right all the time. There's so many things I've said on this channel that I just couldn't be more wrong. I've got a lot right, but I've got a lot wrong. That's football. And I mean, the game's not over, so I don't even think we've won yet. We've got a long way to go. 45 minutes football, 2-0 up. How many times have we fucked that up in the last 24 months? So we still need to get that third, and I think a third would probably kill the game. Unless it's Feyenoord, then you never know. Even with Kairaga, good to see you again, mate. Even without our star players, I think this is a really good team game at the moment. It is. It's been a good performance. It's been very good. You're just totally dominant. You have to probably hold your hands up and go, Palace are not really at their best. They've rotated a few players as well, but hey, you can only beat what's put in front of you, and we're doing it reasonably comfortably at the minute. And Darks is always as generous as ever with a gifted membership, and then he backs it up with another one. Absolute legend. And I apologise to anyone. Oh, shit. There they are. Pera found them. I found them. They were in between D and Gary. The thing is, I have to go back to the normal chat because I also want to speak to people who don't want to send super chats if you say something that I want to speak to. So I'm just being as honest as I possibly can be, that I try to speak to as many people as possible, but obviously prioritizing super chats as if this needs explaining to you. But sorry everybody if I've missed your super chat, and if it's happened to you in the past. I know Jeff sent about 100 that I missed back in the day. Jeff's like owed so much money by me. I'm in serious debt to Jeff. I think I even owe him the channel at some point. I'm pretty sure I promised him this channel, and I've just not delivered at all. Right, I need a wee though, because the second half's about to get underway. Let's reset that. 45. It's getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes. Hit that like button.
so high, I won't take my clothes off.
Oh, that's empty. Before I miss him, Sick That Duck has been incredibly kind. Thank you for the donation, my friend. Really appreciate that, man. Very, very kind. Big up to you, mate. Thank you very much. And Daniel as well, thank you very much for the super chat. Maybe the first 6-0 we get on the channel will be Burnley beating Arsenal on Monday. I wonder what the odds are on Burnley 6, Arsenal 0. I'm still so proud of this team and excited for next season. Yeah, I'm really excited for next season. I'm really, really excited for next season. Right, the question I never asked at the beginning. And you didn't remind me. I told you to remind me if I forgot. Maybe you did and I just didn't read it. That's the thing. Like I expect, I see it. And, I have a whole chat here that helps me with my whole watch long. And I ignore you and do everything wrong. And then I'm wondering, like, what went wrong there? Anyway, the question was, because I asked this question 2 weeks ago, but it was a different trophy. So I asked last... have I shut that door? Hear like birds tweeting. It was about 2 weeks ago now. I asked if you would rather stop Arsenal winning the league this year by winning the league. We win the league this year, but Pep goes. And I think everyone was the same. Win the league this year and Pep goes. I want to ask you the same question about the FA Cup. And we don't win the Premier League. Let's say we don't win the Premier League and you had a choice, Stockport are beating Stevenage, you had a choice of winning the FA Cup this year, but that means Pep goes, or we don't win the FA Cup and the season is just the League Cup, but Pep, that's not enough for Pep and he wants to stay to go on a bigger high and win more silverware before he goes. What would you rather do? So forget the Premier League. Forget the Premier League. Yeah, no, that was last week's question. This is about the FA Cup. Keep Pep and lose the FA Cup. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of people are saying that's what I probably would go for as well. To be honest, keep Pep. Even if it's just one more year of Pep. One more year of Pep. Because I think one more year of Pep next season, I think we would be like blowing people away next season. Whereas the rebuild almost continues, doesn't it? If we... Fucking hell, what a tackle that was. You just don't see that in the Premier League anymore, those sort of tackles. In the Scottish division as well. It's Hearts, isn't it? And Celtic chasing for the title. Anyway, lose the FA Cup and Pep stays. Win the FA Cup and Pep stays. No, you got to have one or the other. Keep Pep. I'm with you, man. Keep Pep. I know I want both as well, mate. But, I mean, win the FA Cup, win. I'd say lose the FA Cup and keep Pep. Yeah, even if it's just one more year. Because I don't value... I like the FA Cup. Let's not devalue the FA Cup because it is a massive piece of silverware. But I do think Pep next season would arguably probably go and win us that FA Cup. And with a better, more established team, a few more additions added to that team in summer, a better developed squad, a higher level of understanding. The likes of Reinders are 1 year further. Nico G's 1 year further. I think Marmouche, he's not going anywhere. I do have concerns about the goalkeeping situation as to whether Trafford's going to be off in the summer, which would be a shame. And therefore we have Donnarumma, who is a fantastic goalkeeper, but you're wondering the longevity there. You're not going to get... I don't think we're going to get like 7 or 8 years out of Donnarumma. I think we're going to get 2 or 3 out of Donnarumma, and then he'll probably be moving on because that's kind of been his pattern throughout his career. So, but that was Pep's pattern throughout his career. It was so many players' patterns in their career. But guess what? When you come to City, it's hard not to fall in love with us. It's hard not to fall in love with us. Whether you want to admit it as an outsider, you won't get it. So, of course, you're going to deny that. But if you're a Manchester City fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the reason Aguero stuck around for as long as he did. And Yaya, and David Silva, and Pep, and all of these, Bernardo Silva. And all of these wonderful, wonderful players that you think, there's no way, they must be there for the money. And then it's like, hang on a minute, they could get that money elsewhere. So it can't be the money. So what can it be? I don't know. It's just like, well, the Manchester weather, that's shit. So there's no reason to stay for the weather. So what could it possibly be? Our fantastic football club. There's the answer for you. The fantastic institution that is Manchester City. That's why. That's why they stick around, you know. And Pep, who attends Oasis concerts dressed in a Colin Bell Manchester City shirt. You know what I mean? Second half's about to get underway. This club does things to people. When you get here, you respect us and we'll respect you 10 times more back. And it will be a relationship to remember. Even like Fernandinho, Pablo Zabaleta, all these players that just fall in love with the club and they just like, they consider themselves City fans. You know, John Stones wasn't a growing up as a City fan, was he? Now look at him. You know, he's crying as he leaves the football club. He's in tears. I wasn't far behind you, mate, when you were speaking. I wasn't far behind you. Do you know what I mean? It's what this club does. Big up here. No worries, Johnny. I could never be mad at you. You and your fantastic channel brings me joy. So much. Appreciate that, man. That's really kind. To be a City fan in Denmark is still a bit lonely. I appreciate the fellowship of you all. That's really kind, mate. And I imagine we're not everywhere over the world. We're certainly making appearances in all over the world. So I bet you we must have like a Denmark supporters club. We must do. We must do. Research it, mate. I bet you it might not be close to you, but I bet you there's one in Denmark, like a Manchester City supporters club. There must be. There must be. We've got them all over. We've got them in like Taiwan and I don't know, name a country, and I'm pretty sure we've probably got one. But yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the channel, mate. I really appreciate that, man. I do. And I appreciate you for the donations as well, mate. It's really, really kind. No changes at half-time. No reason to make any, in all honesty. It's just a case of as you were, lads. Keep going. The intensity looks the same as well because we're on the front foot immediately, winning another corner. Thoughts on Valverde? Reports saying he will be sold. I'd have him in a heartbeat. I would have him in a heartbeat. I think he's an absolute class act. And John as well, thanks for the super chat, mate. Great prediction on the Semenyo goal. It's wonderful to see Foden playing for... Did I say that in my preview? I'm pretty sure I said Semenyo's going to score. Did I say that? See, man, that's why you subscribe to Typical City, because I swear, man, like, the bookies might have me cancelled if you're not careful. You start making bets based on things I've said, you could end up being a rich man. I never place money on it, though. Because the second I place money on it, it goes tits up. I only ever get it right when I don't place money on it. If I place money on it, the complete opposite happens. I've done all right with some accumulators, though, and I'm not a big gambler. But when I have, I remember winning like 2 or 3 grand, and it was split between me and my dad for an accumulator. That was like a 6-game accumulator, I think it was, like back in 2014. That was a good haul. But yeah, I don't recommend placing money. That is not something I recommend. Isn't that what happened to that character on Squid Game? One of the characters on Squid Game recommended everyone bet a load of money on something, and it made everyone go bankrupt, and they all hated him. I don't want that. I don't want that. And I have to meet all you lot in Squid Game because we're all broke and we're all like panicking. Like last-ditch effort to like save our lives, because I'm buried on YouTube because I've said too many stupid things and no one's subscribed anymore. And you lot are all broke because you've spent a load of money based on things that I've recommended you spend money on. And then you all meet me and want to kick the living shit out of me. That wouldn't be good. That's not the intention of this channel. But big up, John. What an assist. Appreciate you, Johnny. Smash the likes, people. Yeah, please hit the likes button. We've got 2,000 watching and not even 800 likes. We can definitely do better than that. And thanks for that as well, Nicholas. It's a good question. And my answer is, like I said already, I'd take him straight away, mate. Take him straight away. I think he's a brilliant... The versatility. I think he's like a guaranteed replacement for Bernardo Silva. You know, he's got that versatility. I'd argue he's a bit more versatile. And how many players can you say that about when you're talking about Bernardo Silva? More versatile than Bernardo Silva. I mean, Valverde can play like wing, central midfielder, attacking midfielder, defensive midfielder, fullback. You know, and Bernardo Silva's done all of those positions, but I just think that Valverde... I mean, Bernardo Silva did one game against Watford at left back. Other than that, he's not done fullback. But Valverde played like a host of games at right back and did well, you know. And obviously City fans don't like him because of he hurt us recently. Good old autocorrect, eh? That's one of the best autocorrects ever. That's like an OG autocorrect. Duck off! Duck off, would you? Corner ball was wasted all the way back to Donnarumma. 5 minutes in, City are in control. Not everyone's in agreement with me. Wow. I like Valverde. I think he's a good player. But not everyone likes him. That's fair, man. I think he would. I think he would. I want to point out that Savinho's playing well, by the way. I think Savinho's having a good game. He's not created anything, but he's looking sharp. Josko's giving it away. Palace looking to pounce, but they've given it straight back to Nunes. Yeah, Savinho's looking sharp. He's looking confident. The execution of everything he does isn't perfect. Certainly not bad. But there is certainly a level of confidence to his game that's good. He looks up for it and he's trying things. He's coming forward with it. He was doing kick-ups in the first half, wasn't he? Nice little one-touch football there. A little nutmeg from Savinho. Brilliant. Wins a free kick, but we play on anyway. Savinho's gone down. Are you going to play on, are we? We're still playing on. What advantage was that? There was no advantage, but brilliant from Savinho. How often does that happen? When I talk, normally the player produces some absolutely shocking bit of football. The second I'm going, Savinho's playing well, isn't he? He's having a good game. Own goal, Savinho. Top bins in his own net. Brilliant. But this time, complete opposite. He absolutely backed me up with a brilliant bit of skill. Good to see. Skins Canvo and then gets scythed down right on the top of his boot as well. Mitchell steps in. He's all right, though. He's back on his feet. I think he's picked up a yellow card. He has. A yellow card. We do need that third, though, don't we? We do need that third. Stacey, you're absolutely right. And I feel like we've won it. Also, that may play a part. What is the goal difference right now? Let's get the old Premier League table. Big up to everyone that hit the like button. Same GD. We are 2 points behind, obviously, but we would be, if Arsenal were to draw against Burnley and then we were to beat Bournemouth, we would go ahead. We would actually go ahead on goal difference, wouldn't we? Because we are on the same goal difference right now, 42 each. And we're 2 points behind. We're not done fighting for this title, are we? Kevin Keegan. Keeps coming out. Keeps coming out, doesn't it? I could just bring that on the screen, but I'm too... I've got like a thing figured out that in future I'm going to start doing more things in watch-alongs, like bringing up like what I'm looking at to help you guys see things. Maybe a tactics board here and there, but I do want to play that. I'll probably get demonetized for this.
And when you do things like that about a man like Stuart Pearce, I've kept really quiet, but I'll tell you something. He went down in my estimation when he said that. We have not resorted to that, but I'll tell you, you can tell him now if you're watching it, we're still fighting for this title, and he's got to go to Middlesbrough and get something. And I'll tell you, honestly, I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Brilliant. How good was that? How good was that rant from Kevin Keegan? I tell you what. And the moment he did it, that was the moment they lost the league. To be honest, that was the moment they lost the league. Unfortunately, because you knew Fergie just got in his head. He just got in his head. And we saw it with Fergie did it to Rafa Benitez as well, didn't he? He got in his head. We don't see enough of that anymore, do we? In terms of like mind games and things like that. Managers are so respectful now, aren't they? I think the closest thing we've seen to it in a while was a bit of a joke from Pep Guardiola going, "Come on, you Irons." And that was as like, ooh, as it was. You never see... Oh, fucking hell. Nearly found Mateta there. But great interception by Kasanov. Semenyo with the touch of a wardrobe there. He's got to do better, man. Brilliant from Semenyo. Wins it back immediately. Really good. But yeah, I'd love to see a bit of mind games. But they're friends, aren't they? Oh, friends. Friends. Football friends. Pep and Mikel. Just write it off. Is the friendship worth it? I'd just be like, fuck him. Stupid Lego head. Fuck Arsenal. That's what I'd be saying if I was... I'd be like, he was a shit assistant. He did nothing for the cause. I taught him everything he knows. And he's wasted all my brilliant knowledge on parking the bus. That's what I'd say if I was Pep. But he's a class above me. He's a class above me, isn't he? That's why he's Manchester City manager and I'm a fucking idiot on YouTube. I think that makes perfect sense. And big up Welsh Wing, who is an Arsenal fan and is an incredibly level-headed and very generous Arsenal fan. So let's see what he's got to say. Hi, mate. Hope you're doing well. I'm great, mate. I'm nearly even better because we nearly made it 3 there. Guardiola got on the end of it. Here's Ryan Aït-Nouri. It's a corner ball to City. Hope you're doing good as well, mate. I get you're frustrated by VAR, but don't you think you can say that one decision won us the title like every team sometimes goes or against us like Doku on McAllister could have? Yeah, I know what you're saying, mate. You're not saying it's that one decision. It's the most recent decision. That's the thing. And it's like every decision is the most applicable decision until the next game of football takes place. Absolutely. I get the point. But the closer you get to the finish line, the more impactful those decisions become. And therefore, the scrutiny on those decisions becomes magnified tenfold, man. You can't ignore that, unfortunately. Ake's coming on. Yosko's off. I think it was that Marmouche running off? Vardiol off and Ake on. Who was the other one? It's not Marmouche, sorry. Marmouche stays on. It's Doku on for... Nunes, sorry. Nunes. I saw him walk off. I don't know why I just forgot. Short-term memory's gone to shit. I've got great long-term memory. My short-term memory's rubbish. It's really disappearing. Like I can remember Sylvain Distin scoring a goal against Aston Villa. What a random thing to remember that is. Ball in. A corner ball where you can control it is got to be considered bad defending. We still didn't make anything of it because, you know, Semenyo's got the touch of a wardrobe, man. He's got to work on that in summer, hasn't he? He's got to work on his first touch. He's got so many good qualities to his game. Finishing, as we saw in the opening stages of the game, fantastic. Positional awareness, explosive. His first touch, man, he's got to improve. Because he'd get more goals. And a guy who gets as many goals as he does, it's almost being wasted with a first touch like that. You've got to sort that out in summer. 100%. And Welsh Wing, thank you very much for the kind donation, man. I appreciate it. And I get your point. I think the frustration isn't about... Do you know what? Semenyo, there's his first touch. Like I said, he finds Foden, though. And here's Ryan Aït-Nouri, too many passes now. Pull the trigger, lads. Marmouche does. It gets blocked. Doku with another opportunity. It's good to see Doku on the pitch, isn't he? And I mean, that fills me with confidence. Marmouche drags it wide. There was too many passes in there. Ryan Aït-Nouri got the ball in a position where I don't think he realised how much space he actually had. And he tries another pass. You're thinking, just swivel on it, mate. Swivel on it. And then bang, but he doesn't swivel completely and passes to Marmoush, and then the chance had gone. I wasn't even annoyed with Arsenal, really, in the scheme of things. When I was like annoyed after that game, I was just thinking about... And it's easy to say this, but I was genuinely annoyed with VAR, like more than anything. And I normally get annoyed with the team. Obviously, it impacts City massively. It impacts West Ham. It impacts Spurs. And it impacts Arsenal positively in this time. It's a matter of time before it just destroys something you're going for. You know, it's a matter of time. That's the issue. We should all be pissed off with it. For the sake of the game, man. For the sake of football. It's a joke. It's an absolute travesty. I don't know how you can single out that foul as the foul that's worthy of it. And I know people are saying it's chronological, but it wasn't. It's like, how do you determine whether Declan Rice is holding him? Because he starts to hold before the David Raya arm on the shoulder. And if that right there, doing that to someone's arm is more impactful than two arms around the waist of an attacker, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where to go. I don't know how that is normal at all. I don't know how that's considered. That's worse than that. I don't get it. That's the issue. It's VAR is the disappointment, and it's just deciding things. Oh, Palace are in. Strand Larsen, who's on the pitch, cuts one back, and Donnarumma collects it. Nathan Ake looked to welcome to the game, mate. But I mean, Strand Larsen's only been on for a few minutes, and he found a little avenue behind Nathan Ake. He would have been offside, though. He would have been offside had that goal gone in. He ended up in a crossing position rather than a shooting one, and Donnarumma collects it. But we've looked good in this second half. Welsh Wing, thanks for the super chat, mate. Your point is valid. And I don't think anyone was arguing about the foul itself. I think it was a foul on David Raya. I don't think I was debating that, and I said that in my reaction after the day after, that I don't think it was a foul. I just feel like the whole thing is... And I genuinely meant what I said. As much as it might make you feel... Stop trying to take away stop trying to discredit us, Jonny, by saying you won the league because of VAR. But it is that. That's literally the order of events. If you go and win against Palace with something else that could still happen before the end of the season, that's more dramatic and more founded, based in football rather than a refereeing decision or VAR. Right, I'm speaking for myself then. I might not speak for you, mate. And you might be like, you know what, I don't care. I genuinely don't care how we win the league as long as we do. And I understand that because you've not won the league for 20 years. So you take whatever you can get. When we won the league with the Aguero moment, no one cared at the time how we won the league. The Aguero moment was just like, yeah, stuff. Oh, Bernardo Silva gives it away to Ismail Sarr. Shot saved by Donnarumma, and he's continued. Bernardo, man, I told you in the first half he's not been having a good game, and he's continued in the second half. What is he thinking there? What is he thinking? Getting away with murder. A pass back that's not quite as dangerous as Mark Gay's was against Everton, but 50, 60 yards away from goal, slides it into Ismail Sarr, who gets a shot away, and he scuffs it, and thankfully Donnarumma can collect it. But come on, man. You've been sloppy all game, Bernardo. It's like it's getting to you because I know you want it more than anybody on this pitch. There's no one on that pitch who wants that Premier League title more than Bernardo Silva because it's his last opportunity. Semenyo to the byline, dinks one back post. Doku's there. He's going to keep it alive. He's going to have to come back in as a cross. Oh, no, he doesn't. He sent me for a hot dog as well. I thought that was being crossed. I was getting ready to block it as a defender. Never turn your back. Never turn your back as a defender. Doku still got it. Anyway, big up Welsh Wing. Thanks, mate. And the actual donation as well is really generous, mate. Thank you very much. And again, my childhood was Rafa's facts rant. Yeah, man. He lost it then as well, didn't he? I remember that. It's got to be the Keegan one's got to be the biggest head loss of a manager we've ever seen. Antonio Conte's rant, Spurs, That was a good rant. Maresca had a rant, but that was to get him out of the job. And I'm pretty sure Antonio Conte's rant was to get him out of the job as well. But I'm talking about manager versus manager. Mourinho versus Wenger. Those were good days. Tuchel versus Conte. That was good. We don't see enough of that. We saw it in the playoffs, actually. The other night, last night, in fact, Southampton versus Borough. Didn't we? That was interesting. Spygate. Cheers, Welsh Wing. And cheers, Christine. Let's have some docu magic. It's good to see him come on, isn't it? 25 minutes to go. City bringing on 2 players that I'm more than happy to see. Savinho tries an early ball round the corner, gives it away. Didn't need to do that there, just needed to hold on to it. Mark Gay's giving away a free kick, though. Mark Gay's having a very good game against his former club. And he's not happy with the decision from the referee. And big up Scott, man. You're a legend. 28 months. VAR, Spurs, City. Oh. That was awful, wasn't it? Like the handball, man. I think we'd have gone on and won the Champions League that year. I genuinely believe that cost us that trophy. That did. Another example of VAR. And it's tough because, like, it's when it's so subjective. What do you think to my idea, by the way? I don't know if you watched my reaction, but my idea of having 3 VAR officials in the booth rather than 2. On paper, it sounds like you want more VAR guys. That's like, how many cooks do you want to spoil the broth? Like, I get you. Like, VAR gone is what most people want. But let's admit the fact that it's not going anywhere. It's here to stay. This is it now. Life with VAR is a thing, and we have to accept it. But why not try to fucking improve it then, man? Because at the minute, it's a joke. It's a joke. Let's fix it then. And my suggestion would be every VAR decision needs to be decided. Adam Wharton's on the pitch as well, by the way. I didn't even notice that. Too busy chatting shit. My decision would be 1 minute maximum. You get to decide. And it goes to 3 VAR officials, and they all have to decide. And they all have to be in agreement. I'm not talking about majority vote, like 2 out of 3 equals decision in favour of the 2. No, all 3 have to agree. And that way, it brings it way closer to clear and obvious, doesn't it? Surely 3 of them are not going to make a moronic decision. Surely one of them is going to have the intelligence to not be stupid. You know, surely one of them. And then I think that keeping it as open-ended, and is it clear and obvious? That's the phrase they used. That's what they wanted, clear and obvious. And I was on board with that term, clear and obvious, because I was like, that's kind of what everyone wants. Righting a wrong is a good thing. When is it not a good thing? Righting a wrong. If something is wrong and you get the opportunity to correct it, that can only be a good thing. But are you correcting it? You're not correcting it. You're making it worse more often than not. You're making it more convoluted and more unnecessary, and more subjective. It just creates a shit show. There's part of me that worries that VAR actually don't give a shit because they've got to be in bed with the Premier League, and VAR makes it more entertaining. This season has seen VAR go down a road of virility. You know what I mean? Like hashtag VAR gets you views now on YouTube. You know what I mean? So VAR is a thing. The Premier League as a product will be aware of that. The marketing side of the Premier League will be aware of that and go, well, should we just keep it shit then? Because everyone keeps talking about it. Everyone's entertained by it. Everyone keeps tuning in because VAR is a complete shit show. You know? So they'll be like, fuck it, keep it as it is because it's selling. It's making us money. Brilliant from Foden, by the way. Brilliant winning that header. Showed a bit of tenacity. And then Savinho just didn't take it with him. Last couple of interactions with Savinho have not been at the level that he was at before that. Exactly that, Jambu. They've got a whole thing now. Exactly that. They've got a whole segment, exactly as you put. A segment is a good word, like a a feature on Sky or TNT Sports where they have a studio dedicated. Let's see, everybody, how shit have the referees been this week? And then the referees come out with complete and utter bollocks to defend it, and then they make out you're the idiot. You're the idiot because you don't get the rules. No. What the fuck you on about? You're talking utter shit. The rules change every year, so forgive us for not keeping up, point one. And second of all, they change, not season on season, they change every week. It's the same, the difference is like monumental between week in, week out. So I don't know what we're supposed to do as fans. The conversation between fans now, if you go to the pub with your mates and have a chat about VAR one week, you'll be contradicting yourself the next week. So you daren't speak anymore because it's like, well, I don't know where I stand anymore. What's a handball? You know what I mean? What's a foul in the penalty area from a corner? No one knows anymore. No one has a clue. Ridiculous. And I bet you, if they could go back and genuinely get rid of VAR, not bring it back into the game, I bet you the higher-ups at FIFA would do that. They would say, you know what? It didn't work. It didn't work. And I just saw someone say it's in, there you go, we still don't have VAR in Sweden, nobody wants it. Good for you, Elias. Keep it that way, mate. The point I was going to make is it's implemented in other countries so much better. So much better. I'm looking forward to the World Cup as well, generally, and in terms of VAR. How VAR is going to be used at the World Cup is going to be really interesting, and the rules, because FIFA, they're a different breed when it comes to World Cups, and they often come up with things. You remember the stoppage time? Was that the World Cup or was that the Euros? Remember stoppage time in Saudi where it was like, the first match, the guy came up, right, how much injury time is there? And he was like, 27 minutes. It's like, what? 27? It wasn't 27 minutes, that's an exaggeration. But you know what I mean? There was like a ridiculous amount of stoppage time. Go on, Doku. Oh, he tried to just poke it through there. And it's cleared. Palace are growing in this game. Since the substitutions, the game's slipping out of City's control here. And with plenty of time to go, I'm starting to get a bit nervous. Palace are not punishing us with the amount of control they've... Excuse me. They're not punishing us in the sense of creating chances. They're not threatening us, but they are certainly more in a... They've got a bigger foot in this game than they did in the first half, put it that way. Even in the beginning of the second half, I thought we would look like we were probably going to go and get a third. But Nathan Ake doing the right thing now, slowing it down, trying to take the sting out of the game so we can regain control. But that doesn't help when you ping it straight out for a Palace throw-in. Yeah. The lines were crap, weren't they? This new system, Isa, is good. I like the big wall. The big wall. Pep is fuming, by the way. I thought... Yeah, Pep's... He's going mental. He's still doing it, by the way. You've got like a 6-second delay as well to what you see. At least a minimum of 6-second delay between me and you. But he was going mental for I think he was absolutely fuming with Nathan Ake there, man. Is that a corner ball to Palace? He's not happy, Pep, and I'm starting to see why, because Palace are growing. Palace are growing in this game, man. And at 2-0, Stacey said it earlier, these points are not won. She's absolutely right. There's enough time to let this game get out of hand. And Palace have got a corner. I'm hoping Pep's fury is going to wake him up, but we've got a corner to defend first. Donnarumma, come on, mate, stay on your line, or make sure you win it. One or the other. Brilliant. Catches it nonchalantly. Really easy. Terrible corner, to be fair. That's the worst corner type ever. In this day and age, if you're going to get your laces through it, you've got to get it to the back post, haven't you? If you're going to do a scythe through it, you know what I mean? Like a chopping technique where you get your laces underneath it. You've got to be aiming for the back post. A little dinky loopy ball that doesn't go to the back post is bread and butter for most goalkeepers. Even Donnarumma, who's struggled from cross-collecting this season, he's going to gobble that up all day long. And it's exactly what he does. Savinho's just declined, man. I know he backed me up immediately when I was praising him earlier. He did something brilliant, like as I was saying it, which was fantastic for my reputation. But in terms of since then, he's really dropped. He started to give it away way too easily, trying to force it almost. Kairaga, you are a legend, mate. 5 gifted memberships. Top man. Inspiration. As always, man. So I've given it back to the community, man. Big up Nicholas. Big up Mike. Big up Chill Boy. Big up Fahal. And big up Mixed History. Kamada coming on for Palace. Kasanoff taking a throw-in. Cleared by Richards, back for another throw-in in the exact spot he was taken before. Kovacic, and I think that's the arse of Ryan Cherky. I think I can see. I can tell that arse from anywhere. I recognise that arse. I didn't see the head. I just saw him bending over, and I recognise that arse. Cheeky Cherky. Oh, still in this title race, aren't we? He's got a great record, Liam, against Palace. Great record. 8 goals in 5 against Crystal Palace. Brilliant from Foden. Brilliant. Don't lose it now, mate. Back to Donnarumma. Foden! This is like... Do you know what? This is like an average Phil Foden performance in comparison to the 23-24 season. It's the sort of performance where you just like... You wouldn't bat an eyelid at 2 years ago from Phil Foden. It's just him. This is just him. But in comparison to how he's been this season, this is like, yes, you're getting there, man. You're getting back to the levels that we know you're capable of. The real signs are there in this game for me. And the fact that he did it as an impact substitution 3 days ago is great stuff. Great signs. Savinho trying to get to the byline. Can't quite do it. Struggling out there at the minute, Savinho. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, man. Big up Raymad. I've just missed you, mate. I needed to go back in case I missed it, and I have. Unbelievable, man. What's going on? The thing is, if I filter it to all super chats, the rest of the chat doesn't appear. We're in here. Got to make this count, haven't we? 3 on 3. Semenyo bearing down on goal. What is that from Semenyo? What is that? Even he does that. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, what is he doing there, man? So sloppy. Space, time, no need to rush it. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to find Doku, but I mean, there's a Palace player there, mate. He just gives it straight back to Palace. Frustrating. But he's the reason we're in the lead. And big up Raymad, the player from Real Madrid I want at City is Camavinga. I do like Camavinga, and I think me and you are in the minority, mate. I don't think many people like Camavinga, but I like Camavinga. I'm with you, mate. I do like Camavinga. I think he's got an intensity to his game. And other thing I wanted to talk about in this stream was the news about Rodri extending. That is good news, more than any concern. I do have like a little concern that I want to slip in there, not to make it all doom and gloom, because the big news is Rodri, when fit, is still, for me, in the top tier of defensive midfielders in the world right now, even since the injury. I think the signs of him coming back showed his importance to this team. So getting him tied down to a contract, he's still in his 20s, you know. So we've still got a few years minimum of Rodri at his like decent level, a high level. Maybe not his Ballon d'Or best, but you know, close. He could still be very, very, very good for us, and we know the importance of him. So signing him to a contract is great. The issue for me is the injury record is still happening with this groin injury that he's got now. It's groin, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's groin. You know, he's not immune to injuries. So that for me is the concern. I don't think it's a coincidence that he must have seen all of the news. Lovely ball. Semenyo, he's in. Can he win at the end of it? No, he doesn't. But Savinio's picked... Oh, he should have picked up the loose pieces, but he let it run further wide. Don't know why he did, but he's still got a one-on-one with Mitchell. Goes back safe to Kasanov. But yeah, seeing what's going on at Real Madrid, with all of the nonsense and Tchouaméni and Valverde getting fined and the ridiculous player power that happens in Real Madrid, where they decide who the next manager is. Rumours that Perez wants, what's his face? Mourinho. He wants Mourinho in, but the players don't want him, so maybe he's got to think again. You're the fucking chairman, mate. You're being told who the next manager's going to be by the players. You're dead. You're finished. That's ridiculous. That's unbelievable for a football club that you're being dictated to by the players. Player power has gone out of the world, out of this world now. It's too much. Too much. Oh no! What's happened here? What's happened here? Is that a penalty? It's a dive and he's given a yellow card, but what the fuck's going on, man? I swear Donnarumma just gave that away. I don't know because I didn't see it, but fucking hell. And Donnarumma goes over to Mark Gay and it looked like an apology. I missed it. I just saw the ball suddenly given away, but let's see what the hell went on there because... Oh, it's Donnarumma. It's no penalty. Kamada's been booked for diving. Kovacic gets back and nothing in it. It's not a dive. There's a little bit of a touch there, to be fair, but it's not enough to send you down. It's clearly simulation more than a foul, and I think he's absolutely right. But I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated because the mistakes from Donnarumma, they're doing that, aren't they? They're happening more and more often. And a first half of the season that I couldn't have been happier with from Donnarumma because he was delivering even in the distribution aspect. Like his football wasn't outrageous. He's not Edison, but he was keeping it simple. There was no mistakes. But that's a 10-yard pass looking for Mark Gay. He tried to do a little triangle. Mark Gay gives it to him. I'm not sure who's pressing him. But then Mark Gay runs around the other side of the press and he tries to find him. Gets it horribly wrong. There was no way Mark Gay was getting on the end of that. Gives it straight away to Kamada, who bears down on goal. And then Kovacic gets back and it forces Kamada to think about, well, cheating, dives. And we get away with it. We get away with it. Foden's coming off for John Stones. And there's a big smile on the face from Phil Foden. Massive hug from Pep Guardiola. Yes! Good to see John Stones back as well, man. We saw what you said in that... well, what's that? What do you call that? End of a Manchester City career interview. I don't know what you call it, to be honest, but it was a tearjerker. I don't know what I'm gonna do when Pep leaves. By the way, I can't be live for it. I can't be live. Oh no, Strand Larsen over the bar. What are we doing, lads? What are we doing? Another opportunity for Palace. Strand Larsen smashes it over the bar. It's not been a convincing second half. It hasn't. Andy Gaffey gets it. I used to have a shirt. I think I might have mentioned it, but another giveaway. This time it's Doku. Kovacic. What's happened to us? But I used to have a City shirt that's another sloppy pass. This time, who's that? Didn't even see who it was. There's sloppy passes all over the pitch, but we could finish the game off here because he's found Savinio! 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 3-0! 3-0! Brilliant from Turkey. And I don't think Savinio's had the greatest second half, but I think his overall game deserves that. There are a few mistakes creeping into Savinio's game, but he deserves that. He deserves it, man. 3-0. Turkey. Brilliant from Turkey, by the way, because I don't think anyone was expecting that ball to go inside the defender. Everyone, well, maybe not everyone, but I certainly was expecting that ball to be played in between Savinho and the defender. But Turkey plays it inside the other side of the defender, knowing that Savinho is going to get on the end of it anyway. This looks destined for Savinho in front of him like that now. But to play it in that gap, the patience that he shows there, Turkey, to put it on the left foot of Savinho is absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant from Turkey. It really is. The patience is what's key there. The fact that he didn't just play it early because it would be tempting, man. He's away. He's running, just passing the ball. But the delay, and it gets Savinho into a more advantageous position, and it makes it like it would be harder to miss at that point. It's still a great finish from Savinho, but Turkey's brilliant patience there was fantastic, man. Really good pass. Absolutely hyperholic, man. Brilliant. Really good. Buzzing. 3-0. Another 3-0. It's not like we didn't win 3-0 last week. Let's go on. Go on. You've got it again. Let's bury this lot. Let's get fourth. We're ahead on goal difference now. We're ahead. I don't want to be ahead on goal difference. I want to win this league on goals scored. I want it to be even closer. I want it to be 1 goal. That's what I want. That'd be fucking beautiful, wouldn't it? Just like 1 more goal. Right, we can celebrate 3 points, surely. Surely we're not throwing this away now. Now we can chill. That's great news, isn't it? That's absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy. Bernardo named his dog John after Stones. That he did. Dog John Silver. Yeah. Big up Christine. It's sad, isn't it? Oh, Savinho's full of tricks. Look at him. I don't know who he's crossing to there, but he's got it back. Lays it back to Ryan Aitnori, and then Ryan Aitnori caught between the idea of a pass, but keeps onto it. Doku's come on and struggled, hasn't he? He's struggled since he's come on. He's not offered very little. He's been a bit sloppy, but we're looking for another. Oh, Turkey's found Savinho again, and then the volley this time goes wide. A different execution from Turkey, but the same movement. The patterns were the same. Turkey to Savinho in a very, very similar position. This time he opts for the scoop rather than the slotted pass in between the two defenders. He scoops it over them instead. Savinho couldn't resist. Oh no, and now Savinho's injured. Oh, is it cramp? It's cramp. It's cramp. Thank God for that, because he was proper wincing then, like he was in serious pain, but that's the face of a man who either needs an incredibly large shit or he has cramp. I'm going to go for the latter. And big up Peer, thanks for the gifted membership again. You're a legend, mate. Top man. What did I say? It's good. Mullet, good to see you, by the way, mate. I haven't spoke to you at all in this chat. I saw you earlier and I meant to say hi and then I didn't. That's when I saw you. Goal! It's a goal! That was a goal! Alan Partridge commentary. How funny is that, man? Anyone who hasn't seen it, type in Alan Partridge football commentary. You won't be sorry. Do it after the game. Alan Partridge football commentary. Striker! I like the one where he's just talking randomly and he just goes, shit! Did you see that? He's got a foot like a traction engine. The proof is in the pudding, and in this case, the pudding is the goalkeeper. Goal. Yeah, man. Eat my goal. One of them, it's a screamer, and he just goes, twat! That's so good. That's literally what I base my commentary on, to be honest. Is that. So maybe there's a little bit of Alan Partridge commentary in my style, actually. It's definitely like, he was like doing it before anyone. He was like before Mark Goldbridge. Alan Partridge. Shit! It's one of the perks of being on YouTube, man. I know mainstream media right now and football fan content, they're starting to do a little bit of this, like which is fine. Getting that bag. Everyone needs to get paid. At the end of the day, I understand it. But I don't think I'd like to be censored. I know a lot of people say, can you not swear as much, Johnny? I just can't help it. It's part of my DNA. Ryan Aitnori, what are you doing? Unbelievable. He's nearly won a corner, but it was a brilliant bit of footwork and dribbling ability there from Ryan Aitnori. But yeah, the ability to just be not quite PC and a little bit biased based on City and also swearing. It's fun. I'm sorry if that offends you. Go fuck yourself. No way. Have they bottled it? Big up Jeff, man. That'd be beautiful, wouldn't it? Chelsea, though, they turn up in the cups, don't they? They've been crap in the league, but they keep popping up in cups, don't they? There's a reason they're in the FA Cup final, because they keep popping up in cup tournaments. FIFA Club World Cup and fucking European Cups and... Have Celtic bottled it? Really? That's mad. Where's the remote? Don't really want to change it because City are still playing, but I'm tempted to have a look. See what I mean? I'll go down one video. Oh, Palace are in here. Ismail Sarr. Donnarumma collects. Go down to Sky Sports Premier League HD 402. Match officials mic'd up. PGMOL. Chief Refereeing Officer Howard Webb joins Michael Owen in the studio to provide context and explanation behind refereeing decisions from the season so far using match footage. This is television. This is TV. This is TV. Referees are on TV getting interviewed. Can you imagine even suggesting that 20 years ago? The fact that they're making money from it worries me. Because that means it's like, well, should we just carry on being shit? Because fucking cha-ching. Every time we make a shit decision, we make ourselves bloody millionaires. Let's keep doing it, lads. Fuck's sake. Savinho's gone, man. His legs are gone. He's absolutely in agony. He's worked his socks off, obviously, because cramp is killing him here, man. Get him off. He's in agony. 5 minutes of injury time added. Big up to Banter Football. Yeah, not sure where that came from. I agree with you, emoji. That's how I feel. I feel exactly the same. 5 minutes. Carlo Ancelotti. We've used all our subs, have we? Right. Get on with it then, Savinho. What are you whinging about? Just a bit of cramp. I want that, Kenneth. I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep. It's good, in its sleep. Oh yeah, are we? I haven't even looked. Looking at the Premier League table, we are ahead. Hit that like button, everybody. We're nearly at 1,000 likes, as Nathan has pointed out. Big up to every one of you that hit the like button already. But yeah, we are very close to 1,000 likes. It will be great to hit it before the final whistle. If you can help us do that, that'd be... brilliant. I'll fucking try, mate, alright? Give me a fucking break. See, that's why I don't want to be involved with mainstream, because I have to, like, bite my tongue. 100%. 100%. I'm still praying, man. I was speaking to Jeff the other day and I was saying, like, Kyle Walker top bins Burnley 1-0 against Arsenal. Kyle Walker. He's going to rifle one top bins 1-0 Burnley at the Emirates. 99th minute. Because the referee went... It didn't say a number. It said, until Arsenal score. And then he held it up. And Kyle Walker went, fuck that. Bang! Can you imagine the scenes? It's been a good night. It's been a good night. We can't argue with a back-to-back 3-0 wins in the middle of a title race. In particular, adding the fact that this was heavily rotated Manchester City. 6 changes. I know Palace made a few. I mean, no Adam Wharton. What a ball that is if he's getting on the end of it. And he is getting on the end of it. Semenyo chops it inside, but Tyrick Mitchell's done incredibly well to slow him down. But Savinho, who looks knackered. Ryan Aitnori, who deserves something from this game. Here's Doku. He nearly gets on the score sheet. Shot was blocked. Cherky keeps it alive. Little, look at him go. How's he still got... How's he even found Ryan Aït-Nouri there, man? The footwork is brilliant from Ryan Cherky again. Oh, Ryan Aït-Nouri brings it down out of the air with one of those little whoop. That was his leg doing that, not his arm. Switch to Semenyo. Touch of a fucking wardrobe. There you go, chap. That's what I'm talking about right there. What was that touch? It just bounced off his shin pad. It's not good. He's had an all right game. He scored a brilliant goal. How many times does his touch let him down, though, man? He's got to sort that out in summer. That's what I'd be doing if I was Semenyo. All summer. Just fire that ball into me and I'm controlling it all summer until I learn how to kill that ball dead. I'm not asking for Riyad Mahrez level of first touch. I'm just asking for something, mate, because it always bounces off him. Phil Foden gets man of the match. Palace are coming forward, though. No goals, please. No goals. That's a handball off John Stones. It's a handball. It definitely hit his hand. I could see it from the original TV angle, but I think it was down by his side, just like it was down by the side of Canvo's body in the first half when Nunes crossed it. It's not really by his side. It's a little bit out, that one. That's not quite as natural. And it's blocking a shot. I would be annoyed if I was a Palace fan, they're going to look at this. They're going to look at this, and this is going to be 3-1, maybe a penalty. Are we playing on? We're playing on. It's all right. It's good. That was dubious. Donnarumma collects. That should be that. Ball bowled out for Jeremy Doku to chase. Nathaniel Klein, fresh legs, keeps up with Doku in fairness to him, slows him down at least, and Doku gives it away. He's not had a good impact, has he, Jeremy Doku, but it's irrelevant because we've won the game. Game over. 3-0. I'm so glad that wasn't given as a penalty at the end, that, because it would have been a real, we've overtaken Arsenal in the goal difference department, but Manchester City are still fighting. We are still alive. We are still capable of winning this league. Very slim chances, I get it. We're looking at miracles from either Burnley or Palace. And considering what Palace just put out in front of our own eyes, do you trust that Palace side to go and take something off Arsenal? I don't. The saving grace is potentially they are at home, Selhurst Park. The bad news is they're incredibly close to that Europa Conference final. That's the bad news. But, they are professional. How many times have teams that are fighting for nothing caused us problems at the end of a season? And Villa, when we were 2-0 down to a Villa side that had nothing to fight for, and QPR, they were fighting for relegation, so they had plenty to fight for. But the point being is we've faced teams in title races that have had nothing to fight for and they've caused us problems. So, yeah, that Palace side play like that against Arsenal, we're not winning the league. So I'm hoping an improved Palace performance. I'm hoping for a miracle from Burnley. That is the only possibility of Manchester City winning this league. But it may not need a Palace top draw performance. It may need a bottle job. That's what it may need. It may need a monumental bottle job against Crystal Palace on the last day of the season, where they genuinely just they're the reasons they cost the league. Not Palace's quality. They just, boom, they implode. I'm clutching at straws here, man, because I think Arsenal have shown a level of composure that has been miles better than previous seasons. But you never know. You never know. The fact that we're still fighting, we are doing exactly what we wanted them to do. We are making them sweat. We're making them think again. Ask an Arsenal fan how they're feeling right now, and I guarantee you they're not going to come out with their balls fucking swinging about like they were a couple of days ago after that West Ham game. Right now, those balls have shrunk. They have contracted back inside the scrotum, and they are currently considering their options as to whether they are going to definitely win this league. But I think they will. We'll see. But we are still fighting, man. We're still here fighting. And it's great to see. I want us to go all the way. A Bournemouth win would set up a final day of immense nerves. Immense nerves. We're at home to Villa. They're away to Palace. That last day of the season. You never know. Good to see Savinho walking off the pitch. Great performance from him. Gets his goal. Brilliant. Legit. Zezox says Palace get 10 million if Eze if they lose to Arsenal. Someone else said that earlier, mate, and I thought the same thing as I'm going to think now, which is at first it made me think, oh shit, so they're clearly going to walk over, but the players don't care. The players are the ones that matter. That's an issue for Parish, the Crystal Palace owner. He's the one who gives a shit about that because that's his money. That'll be him getting the benefit of that. The Palace players don't get to benefit from that £10 million. That's all. Their wages remain the same before the game and after the game. So there's nothing that changes. There's no financial incentive for the Palace players. So I get the point, though. I know what you're trying to say. And maybe if that message comes down from the boardroom that I don't want you to play a strong team, I want you to lose because I want £10 million, then Oliver Glasner may put out a shit show in terms of the starting 11. But we like I said at the beginning of the stream, we can't really argue with Crystal Palace making changes before a cup final, because what have we just done? We've just done exactly the same thing. We've made a whole host of changes before a cup final. So I get it. Nothing we can do about it. It is the way the cookie has crumbled. But here we are. Head clash in the Celtic game. Martin O'Neill going wild. And big up Jack, Techno Kid. Good to see you, mate. Don, as FPL goalkeeper, selfishly wanted a clean sheet over fourth. Yeah. Donnarumma, who put in a pass that he got away with. Donnarumma, who put in a flappy moment against Brentford that he got away with. From a corner and he came out flapping, it was cleared off the line. Have Celtic just scored? Celtic have scored. So Celtic didn't bottle it. Wow, there's a pitch invasion. Look at that. Celtic fans all on the pitch, like, going mental. It's all kicked off, man. I highly recommend you watch this if you're not watching it, because this is immense. Last day of the season. Celtic 1 point behind Hearts. And real Nexus Q, 100%, mate. I agree with you. We'll be back next season, absolutely. Big up, Ryan. Yeah, man. That was a great win. 3-0 after another 3-0. And a heavily rotated Manchester City side is something to be extremely pleased with. We are still clinging on in there, man. Clinging on in there. And if we can somehow win this league, it's still doable, isn't it? It's still doable. All it takes is a draw. Think about that. Think about how close that was happening to happening against West Ham. They were this close. And it took the most random bit of thinking from the officials. Just arbitrary decision. It's a case of like cherry picking a foul. Which foul was worst? Like, oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tail by his tail. I'll go that one. You know what I mean? That one. And that's how a title's being decided? By a random fucking decision about which foul was worst in a penalty box? That's ludicrous, man. And the whole chronological thing was bollocks as well, because we know Declan Rice was all over him way before David Raya even got his arms in the air. You know, so that was bollocks. But the point being is, forget the decision. It was how close Arsenal were to drawing, you know. And a Palace team that have got more players that are much more capable of hurting them than the likes of West Ham, where they're hanging their hat on Jared Bowen as their main out threat, and Somerville, who, he looks promising, doesn't he? But he's not someone to genuinely fear. To the level of like Ismaili Sarr, who has got 20 goals to his name this season in all competitions. Jean-Philippe Mateta, who is extremely dangerous. They've got goals in their fullbacks as well. In particular, Munoz, who is creative and dangerous. Very good player. We saw that in the FA Cup final when he switched it to Eze. You know, so Munoz, another player that should be a worry. The question is, will they even play? Will they even play in that last game of the season? Probably not. Probably not. That's 100% true, 100%. I agree with you. But you trust in Burnley more than Palace. There's sense to that because Burnley haven't got anything to rest for. While we wanted teams to have something to fight for, and we're not getting that with either Burnley or Palace, but what Burnley don't have is something to rest for. Now they're going out with spirit and freedom almost. A case of go out and do your thing, lads. Just enjoy yourselves. You're relegated. You know the outcome. There's nothing that will change that fact. So just go out and enjoy the football. And quite often that can lead to a level of football that you haven't been playing at earlier in the season because the pressure's been removed completely. The issue is it's at the Emirates. So I just can't see them going to the Emirates and doing that. Like, that would be like unbelievable if they were to do it. Can you imagine us winning the FA Cup on Saturday and then Monday night Burnley draw with Arsenal? Can you imagine that for a weekend? Yeah, but it is that game, isn't it? It's not just that though, is it? It's not that game. That's like Welshwing was saying earlier. It's not just, you can't just blame it on that VAR decision. Just like we can't blame it on the Everton game. What about the Spurs game? What about the Brighton game? What about the Forest game? What about the other Spurs game? And you're right, the West Ham game away. What about the Everton game? They're all tied into this reason why we're struggling. So it's a season thing. It's a journey. There's no one moment that you can point at and go, that's why. That single individual moment. That's not that, is it? It's a clear, like, it's a package deal. You have to take the whole season as a big package. And I think it makes sense to be where we are. I think it's bordering ahead of schedule. I think really, when you think about the journey we're on, the rebuild that we're on, we're probably a little bit ahead of schedule, but I think a lot of City fans deep down knew that we were capable of getting back into this title race. I certainly believed it, and I know a lot of you guys did as well. And here we are, 2 points behind Arsenal with 2 Premier League games to go. Everything still to fight for. 1 trophy in the bag, a cup final at the weekend. It's not all bad, is it? It's not bad at all. And if we can win that Premier League, then that'll be ridiculous. That'll be ridiculous. Good to see you, Oliver. Question is, are Arsenal going to be able to do dark arts now after this weekend? That's what I've been saying all season, is the rule change. You're talking about the next 2 games. Interesting. Maybe. The scrutiny that was put on VAR this weekend is going to make everything so, like, it's going to be a pressure cooker, isn't it? Every time there's a potential VAR call, now the scrutiny that's going to be placed on that. Because we saw it for VAR dictated the Spurs-Leeds game, which was nowhere near as contentious as the Arsenal one. I mean, Tell did an overhead kick. He scored the goal, to be fair to him, but did an overhead kick with no one near him. Just get up and head it, mate. Why are you doing overhead kicks in that situation, man? In your own penalty box, fighting for relegation, and you're doing an overhead kick. Are you mental? Like that. Kicked him in the face, as you do. And, VAR decides that's a penalty. And I've not got a problem with that because that was righting a wrong. I think that was the correct decision. And it was very, very clear and very, very obvious that Tell booted him in the face. And that's when I'm okay with VAR. Because I've always been like, I'm okay with VAR. Even when they introduced it, I've never been against it. I've just been against the implementation of it. The actual quality and the way the individuals running it is my problem. The morons, the inept morons that are just, oh, come on, man, sort your act out. I don't know about that yet. That's a big shout, Graham. Foden making a shout for getting brought to the USA for the World Cup. He's certainly like, I'm sure, I think Thomas Tuchel's actually quite a big fan of him. And I mean, why wouldn't you be? Historically, we know what Foden's capable of. Less so in an England shirt. In a City shirt, he often delivers, doesn't he? In recent years, at least, even going back a few years, definitely so. But the question is the talent that, I don't know, an England conversation is something I'm not going to go down because there's so many players that are good enough to make it to that squad that probably won't make it. But I don't know. I'd love to see that as well. I'd love to see that. Right, player ratings in the morning. 3-0 win. Big up to every single one of you that tuned in for this watch along. It was a big win. This could prove to be a moment we look back on potentially at the end of the season and go, thank God we won that game. You know, all those changes pressure was on Manchester City. We made all those changes. Anything is possible as long as we keep pushing. Take care, Blues, says Isa. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. And big up to everyone. Same games played. 2 points behind. 1 goal ahead in terms of goal difference. And Manchester City are still alive. Alive. Right, player ratings in the morning. And then the day after that will be the Chelsea preview. And the day after that will be the Chelsea game itself. The FA Cup final is the next game for Manchester City where we are hopefully picking up silverware. I am more confident than, I feel like we'll win, but I don't think it's going to be an easy game this. And Chelsea and the quality that they have, it all comes to, I'm convinced we'll turn up. Touch wood. I'm convinced we'll turn up. The biggest question about that whole FA Cup game is which version of Chelsea turns up, because the bipolar versions we're seeing of Chelsea in recent weeks is mental, man. They can really turn up and play some good stuff, but most commonly recently it's been crap in the league in particular. So it's going to be interesting to see how they turn up for the FA Cup final. But big up to everyone. Take care. Enjoy the 3 points, because we are putting that pressure on Arsenal. Who knows? If you're watching after the fact, make sure you let me know your thoughts. And make sure you're tuning in for the player ratings in the morning. Other than that, make sure you hit a like button as well. Subscribe if you're new. Pinned comment will give you access to becoming a member of this channel, which is like the top level of support. If you can do that, that would be fantastic. Not to worry. If not, just turning up is all I ever ask of you, and that would be fantastic. So big up to every one of you. Take care, and I'll see you in the morning.